Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, December 28th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Valero Alamo Bowl, number 17 BYU Cougars versus the number 23 Colorado Buffaloes. Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, that's why we are here, and hopefully we can end up getting some good football here tonight. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. I am ready. Thumbnail took a little bit longer than expected. I think it turned out pretty well. And if you ended up watching that matchup that just ended between Iowa State beating Miami 42-41, we knew that was going to be a good matchup. I would have liked to see Cam Ward play the whole game. Obviously, if he would have played the whole game, I think that they would have won. But again, draft stock is going to be something where you could see Cam Ward, a top 5 pick, Shedeur Sanders, a top 5 pick, and you might even get Travis Hunter as the number 1 pick overall, possibly, depending on if that team needs a quarterback or not. But I'm definitely excited to be able to see what these guys are going to do in their last collegiate matchup. All right, let me get set up here with all my screens and my volume. We're going to be shooting for 20 likes within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall, and obviously 100 in the donos on every single stream. Let's get it, baby. Captain in the building, what's good? Wow, 24-24, Broncos and Bengals going at it. And obviously, if you got a chance to watch a little bit of the NFL action, Chargers 40, Patriots 7, that was a blowout. Broncos and Bengals knotted up at 24, 8 seconds left. And then obviously we have the Cardinals and Rams that are going to be on in about a half hour. So we'll turn that on as well and, kind of see what's going on. And then as far as bowl games today, we got Miami of Ohio up 29-10 in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. East Carolina up 13-7 on NC State. And then finals in the Fenway Bowl, UConn 27, North Carolina 14, Nebraska 20, Boston College 15 in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. TCU 34, Louisiana 3. But really, if we're being honest, the only good bowl game was that Iowa State-Miami, and that ended up with Iowa State winning 42-41. And I was thinking about either doing that one or this particular matchup. But we got BYU, number 17, versus number 23, Colorado, in the Valero Alamo Bowl. And then the only bowl after this that's on is Louisiana Tech versus Army at 6:15. So this should be a good one. I love to be able to evaluate first round talent, and got to be able to watch and evaluate Cam Ward. Definitely looks like a top 5 pick. Shedeur Sanders could be a top 5 pick. And again, Travis Hunter could be a top 10 pick, but as high as number 1 overall. So really depending on the teams and what they particularly need at the top of the board, and a corner or a wide receiver, possibly. But if they're needing a quarterback and they got the first pick, it would be pretty hard to pass up on a Travis Hunter. But if you got a Shedeur Sanders or a Cam Ward and you believe that they can be good enough to turn things around, but I don't think single-handedly Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders are going to turn an entire program around, especially if you end up going to the Giants or the Raiders. They still, they have some pieces. Malik Neighbors for the Giants, so you could have one quarterback like Cam Ward throwing there. Shedeur Sanders could throw to Brock Bowers on the Raiders, but you need a little bit more. So I'm definitely excited to be able to see what Travis Hunter can do here today. And again, kind of a social media Heisman winner. Ashton Jeanty might have been more deserving based off stats. But again, I don't think anyone anticipates, Ashton Jeanty or Shedeur Sanders, or actually, let me rephrase that, Ashton Jeanty or Travis Hunter. I don't think that we have any doubts about those two players. But with Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, Quinn Ewers, we assume that they're going to pan out, but I don't think the draft class this year is anywhere near what we got last year, right? Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix Jr. is now finally starting. Drake May, with limited talent, has flashed at times. Caleb is still struggling. Obviously, they need better coaching, and they have a supporting cast there, but it is Chicago, right? And then we'll get JJ McCarthy next year. So we'll see how it all goes. There's rumors that Quinn Ewers might take an NIL deal and go to a different school. Arch Manning will be the starting quarterback at Texas next year, but supposedly maybe Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan might be in the running. You would probably have to, throw about $5 million Quinn Ewers' way, depending on what ends up happening. But if he ends up transferring or going back to Ohio State, maybe that's what they would need to be able to win it all next year if they don't win it this year. Captain Oreo in the building, what's good? Jacob in the building, what's good? I hope you did have a good birthday, and I hope you have a happy new year. Megan in the building, what's good? Let's go, baby. And again, I'm going to be watching both games, and I'll be obviously tuning in there. But again, anytime we end up getting top 5 or top 10 talent, in most scenarios, if we didn't have the college football playoff, I don't think that we would have Cam Ward playing at all. Neither Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter would play either. But again, a little bit of maybe not necessarily pressure, but it gives you an opportunity to kind of stamp your career. And hopefully that Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter play the whole game. Cam Ward pretty much played the first half and didn't come in after, and that caused Miami to lose. But again, they would have definitely lost if Cam Ward didn't play at all. So at least he gave you a chance to flash, in the first half and show something. I liked what I saw, and hopefully we get some good production out of Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter here tonight. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Try to get to 20 within the first hour and a half. And then obviously we'll be shooting for 100 in the donos on every single stream. Let's go, baby. I got to go grab my drink here real quick. All right, I am back. I am ready. Let's go, baby. And then tomorrow we'll end up doing the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commandos for Sunday Night Football. We got 24-24, an OT game for Denver and the Bengals. Big game for Denver if they want to be able to hit the playoffs. We'll see if they end up winning that particular matchup. And then Monday, we got the Lions and the Niners. And then we're going to get back into college football where we get Penn State and Boise State on the day before the new year. And then after that, obviously the big one, Ohio State and Oregon in the Rose Bowl. So we're going to kind of be alternating back and forth between a couple college bowl games, couple NFL games, and then back to the bowl games and the college football playoff. Should be a very fun and exciting, next 5, 6, 7 days. And I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Yeah, I hope this ends up being high scoring and exciting. Like I am a defensive minded fan, but in this particular bowl game, just like with Iowa State and Miami, no one is going to be mad that the game ended with a 42-41 score rather than something like 17-14. We're going to be happy that of course you'd like to see a little bit more pick sixes, fumbles for touchdowns, strip sacks, special teams touchdowns. But, some of these teams in college, have great defenses like, Oregon and Texas, Georgia, typically a little bit, not as much this year, but they're still respectable, right? Even though they might not be in the 5 or top 10 like we usually see them. But hopefully we'll end up getting similar score that we did with that Iowa State-Miami matchup here in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Let's go. Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully if we don't get to the 40s, hopefully we get into the high 30s. Especially if I chose to be able to evaluate Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter over doing like Cardinals-Rams, which, I mean, we could have done, but just the way that the NFL games have been going lately, a lot of them have been a little lackluster within the last few weeks. So, Retzloff, let's go. First down and 10 on the BYU 31. But, I mean, I love college football, and now with the college football playoff, more pressure on the teams that are playing in regular bowl games to step up and play. And that's better, for fans and better for the players, to be able to show what they have one last time. Floater, incomplete. Keaton was open down there, but just a little bit behind him. And if he would have led him, that might have been a touchdown. But, he had to slow down, and that caused the defender to catch up and bat that down. A little underthrown. And again, if you would have got Keelan and led him, that would have been a huge touchdown to start the game off. Second down and 10. Shotgun set. Got pressured, incomplete. Third down and 10 on the BYU 31. All right, third and long on the BYU 31. False start. Come on, BYU. Get it together. All right, I had to flip on the Broncos and Bengals game. I got quite a few friends on both sides there, freaking out. Obviously, Denver needs this win desperately since they ended up getting kind of mollywopped by the Chargers. And Denver is deserving of a playoff spot this year, based on effort and record. But, man, they're really having to earn it here on the road in Cincy. Third down and 15. Handoff. Run right up the gut, but not enough for a first down. And I assume that we're going to get a punt here on fourth down and 9 on the BYU 32. Did you get a chance to watch some NFL or some bowl games earlier today? I mean, I woke up super early to take Paisley on a couple long walks, and that way I could kind of settle in and watch as much NFL and college football bowl games as I could. Watched pretty much that entire Miami-Iowa State game, and I was pleasantly surprised that, I knew it was going to be kind of back and forth, a scoring affair, and, it definitely didn't disappoint. Fourth down and 9. Little pooch bump by BYU. And fair caught. Bo Nix trying to lead his receiver. And complete. And now it's fourth down. Oh, man, I don't know if Denver's going to be able to do it. Lots of pressure on them. Love watching multiple games at once. Just overlawed him. Oh, man. Just past the fingers on that Bo Nix throw. All right, Shedeur Sanders, it's your turn. It's either going to be him or Cam Ward as the first quarterback off the board. Travis Hunter probably has a higher probability of getting drafted, possibly higher than those two. But again, 3 potential top 5 picks, 2 of them playing in this matchup. So you know why I'm here. Little screen pass for a short game to Jimmy Horn Jr. for 3 yards, second down and 7 on the Colorado 27. Nice. You're just like me, man. You're trying to soak in as much action as possible. My bad. My drink was starting to overflow. And I was going to have a situation over here. We got a flag and a man down. Pass complete there for Jimmy Horn Jr. on the previous play. And then Shedeur Sanders getting molly-whopped. Let's see what the flag is. Holding on the defense. Wow. First down. Good to hear, man. I'm glad you had a good holiday and a good birthday and Christmas. Good to hear. First down and 10 on the Colorado 43 as they are attending to Blake Mangelson, 6'5", 275 senior from Nephi, Utah. And hopefully he's okay. Yeah, I got it on right now, too. I got both of them on right now. Definitely kind of feels like the Bengals are going to win. I mean, it's hard to be able to go 90 yards and obviously each team has had the ball a little bit here back and forth, but it's like in overtime, you got to be able to win right away. The longer that the game goes, the lower and lower the probability of your team winning typically happens when you're on the road and you're in overtime. If you're on the road, you got to get it done quick, because if you just let the other home team hang around, eventually, they'll get enough to be able to, if all it takes is a field goal, that might, be only what they need, especially if they've gone back and forth with the football. And, obviously first score wins, if it's a touchdown, but then obviously if you stop each other, it could come down to just like a field goal at the end in overtime. Micah Welch running right up the gut, running over one Cougar. Gain of about 5 yards, second down and 5 on the Colorado 48. First down and 15 for the Bengals as they're driving on the Broncos with 4:15 left in OT. Shotgun set to Burrow. Pressure on the edge. Oh, what a catch. First down, Bengals. This one might be over. T. Higgins making his presence known, even though he might not be on Cincinnati next year. Uh-oh. Bronco fans are cringing right now. Handoff. Bouncing it to the outside. Nice angle. Block for him. Almost got to the edge, but nice footwork with the jukes there. You got to go, obviously north to south, not east to west, but good athleticism there for Micah Welch. Next score wins the game for Cincinnati, and they're very close now. Close to almost to the 12, 13-yard line. Third down and 2 at the BYU 49. Shotgun set for Shedeur Sanders. Good protection up front. Steps up in the pocket. Screen pass. Horn with the catch, but nowhere near the first down marker. I don't know what they're thinking there. I hate it when I see players, knowing that they need 7 yards for a first down and they throw 3-yard pass. Like, you're asking a lot for that receiver to be able to get those 4 or 5 yak yards where you already got a corner blanketed on him. He's not going to be able to get the first down. It's almost like a wasted play. I guess it was a positive play, but those ones frustrate the hell out of me. Like, throw it at least at the marker or ahead of the marker, so that way if they have to come back to the football, they'll still have a chance to lean forward and get the first down. But Colorado says, I don't care, let's go for it. 4th and 1. Second down and 2 for the Bengals on the Broncos. Burrow under center, hands off, up the middle. Shedeur Sanders, scrambling, and complete. Why would you run a passing play like that for Shedeur Sanders on 4th down and 1? Even if you don't believe in your running backs, right? Like do a QB sneak or hand it off to the running back. Why would you throw the ball on 4th and 1? And if you are going to throw to someone, throw to Travis Hunter and nobody else. It doesn't have to be cute or fancy out there. Here we go. We got a 33-yard attempt here for the Bengals to beat the Broncos. I'm not sure if that means the Broncos the kick is up. He doinked it. You doinked it. No way. No way. They miss it. Are you shitting me? Oh, my fucking God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Wow. How do you doink a kick like that? It's easy. But I guess no kicks are easy, anymore, for kickers. Extra points are tough. Field goals that are in 20, 30, yard range are a little bit tougher for some, depending on if it's on the left hash or the right hash or in the center. And then obviously 40, 50, 60 yards, used to be kind of automatic for guys like Justin Tucker and a lot of our favorites. But it just seems like this year, more and more kickers are struggling. Wow. Getting Denver back into the game. So implications, if Denver wins, they're in. Oh, my. Unbelievable. I mean, I got a bunch of Bronco fans messaging me right now, including my best friend Justin. He's just like having a heart attack over there. Handoff up the middle there, short game. And again, you can hang around, as close as you possibly can. But now you only got 2:35 left in OT. They got to get a field goal to win this. I love football. You never know what you're going to get. Let's go, baby. Commercial break still on the bowl game, so we're watching Broncos-Bengals here. It's in overtime, 24-24. Denver needs to win if they want to be able to punch their ticket to the playoffs, since they ended up getting blasted by the Chargers. If they would have won that, then that would have put them in a little bit better of a position. But obviously Cincinnati's still trying to be able to scratch and crawl their way somehow into a playoff berth, even though that their defense can't stop a nosebleed, but their offense is hella fun to watch this year with Burrow and Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins when he's healthy. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9 for the Broncos as we're getting back into the action here. 1st down and 10 on the BYU 48 after the failed 4th and 1 on the passing attempt by Colorado. I don't really know why they did that, but, Nice little trick play. Misdirection. Nice. Close to the 1st down marker, but we got a flag on the play. And then big play here for the Broncos on 3rd down and 9. Cougars with the penalty. Nix steps up in the pocket. Incomplete. Damn. Holding on the offense. What happens if they tie, Captain? If they tie, do the Broncos still get in or do they get eliminated? I mean, in a lot of cases, if you tie, you get eliminated. But sometimes if you tie, you can still get in, depending on the rest of the division or the conference that you're in. 1st down and 20, bouncing it to the outside for 4 yards. All right, Keston, I see you. To the BYU 42, 2nd down and long. Yeah, got to get Marion the ball. Shotgun set on second down and long. Play action fake, a little sidearm throw. Roberts with the catch for 11 yards down to the Colorado 47. Third down and 5. Third down and manageable here for the Cougars. Shotgun set for Burrow. Keeping his eyes downfield and caught. Big first down by Sovias. Move the chains. Third down and 5 on the Colorado 47. And we'll see if Retzlaff can get it downfield and can continue to move the chains. Trips left, audible at the line. Shotgun set. Little RPO. A late pitch, and he gets the first down. First down, Cougars. Move the chains. First down and 10 on the Colorado 40. We got a commercial break in the Bengals and the Broncos. Nice pitch there by Retzlaff. Shotgun set. There you go. Go, baby, go. Down that sideline. First down, Cougars. And they are threatening. Retzlaff. L.J. Martin, 28 yards down to the Colorado 12. First down, Cougars. There we go. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're looking to see if Travis Hunter gets any interceptions. You know, how does he play defensively? And obviously, you know, what do you look like offensively as well? I mean, how many touchdowns are you getting in this particular game? Nice cutback. Well, it's not like the Broncos haven't had enough chances. I mean, anytime you end up having a game like this, so. Oh, breaks one tackle. Diving towards the end zone, and he just missed it. Down to the Colorado 1. Bohannon run for 11 yards. Okay, BYU, I see you. Very even matchup this game, just like Iowa State-Miami was very even. I feel the same thing with these two teams. Defenses are a little suspect for both, but they should have enough offense to get it done. But Gary Bohannon coming in looking nice. First and goal. And we should get a touchdown here by the Cougars in a play or two. Hand off up the middle. Touchdown, Cougars. There we go. L.J. Martin with the tutty. 6-0 Cougars. We still got 24-24. We're knotted up with the Broncos and the Bengals, and then once that ends, we'll end up having the Cardinals and Rams on the channel as well. Floater down the sideline and complete. Oh, did he catch that? Holy fuck, did T. Higgins catch that? Holy shit. Let me look at this replay. Holy fuck. One. Oh, he might have gotten that second. I don't know. You can't really tell with the camera angle there. One. Wow. Wow, that's close. I mean, I guess it really depends on when he catches the ball. Is it the right foot that counts and then the left? Or is it that second right foot for that third step? Because the last step is out of bounds. But the first initial step when he gets the hands on the ball and then the toe tap, that's in. But then that last step is out of bounds. So I guess it really depends on if the right foot counts and then the left foot, he taps it, then he's in. But then if it's the left foot and then the right foot at the end, then he's out of bounds. Looks like the Bengals are about to win. Well, I guess we said that last time, but then they missed a chip shot field goal. But, I mean, now you're so close, you don't even really need to do the field goal. You can probably just score on your own. Wow. It's pretty close when he actually gets his hands on the ball for that first foot. You know, things are bang, bang. They go so quickly, but I think that was the correct call. First and goal for the Bengals. Shotgun set, Burrow. Towards the sideline, Higgins. And touchdown, and the game is over. Oh, brutal. Yeah, my ESP pretty good. Usually, you know, one or two plays every game, you know, typically. You know, sometimes more. It kind of just depends on, you know, if I feel like I've seen that formation or play calling, or if I'm familiar with the OC or the DC or the head coach on how they play. But wow, what a big win for the Bengals, and what a heartbreaking loss for Denver. You know, and it shows you sometimes when you have a rookie quarterback, you can overachieve, but you still, you know, are not there yet. You know, defense has been phenomenal, but they need better, you know, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends for Denver. You know, they need someone better than just Cortland Sutton to go to. And again, if they had better players, you know, they probably wouldn't have been able to clinch over the Chargers. But still, if they win next week and they finish 10-7 and miss the playoffs, that's still a successful year for year number one for a rookie quarterback. But wow. All right, now I got to queue up this Cardinals and Rams game here. We got both of those games on as well. All right, so boom, got that set up as well. 7-0 Cougars. We're going to get the Cardinals and Rams in the NFC West. I got you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang. I got you. We're at 10, 90 to go. Thank you so much for your support. Means a lot. And then hopefully we'll get a few more people to come through and show some love. All right, Colorado, another opportunity here for Peter Sanders and Travis Hunter. Hopefully they don't throw it on 4th and 1. You know, they end up, you know, moving the chains appropriately. And we'll get close to starting this one as well. Pretty close. And I'll sprinkle in a few more photos for you once we go to a commercial break. Appreciate you. Got a nice little Colorado spinning logo here. All right, first down and 10, and we got a flag on the play, whistle. Cole in the building, what's good? Broncos need to beat the Chiefs, and then they get in if they do that? And I wonder if Mahomes, if they end up resting their starters or not, so... Here we go. 3 more likes to 10. Let's get there. Hey, a win is a win. I got a lot of Bronco fans that, you know, got their hearts ripped out right there. And that one could have went definitely either way. Caught by LaJonte Wester for 5 yards. 2nd down and 10 on the Colorado 25. False start on the Colorado line. Come on, Colorado. Play with some discipline. Second down and 15 on the Colorado 20 after that false start. I mean, we don't want to see the Buffaloes play like the Raiders with that undisciplined play on the O-line or D-line with a bunch of penalties, but hopefully they'll clean it up, especially with Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter's last game. We want to make sure it's a memorable one. Second and 15. Uh-oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Cougar sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Putting Shedeur Sanders' ass on the ground. Wow. Great defense there by the Cougs. Taggart, I see you. Shotgun set on 3rd and 25. Shedeur, check down. Finally, Travis Hunter gets the ball with a short gain, but seems like Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders are not on the same page. They're screaming at each other. But hopefully that'll get better as the game goes on. He's like, you're ruining my draft stock. Give me some better throws. Fuck, man, for real. Yeah, that O-line doesn't look good. And I know that they hired Warren Sapp, from my Bucks and the Raiders, and also formerly of the U, where he went to college to kind of beef up the defense a little bit. And they're better than they were last year, but it shows you they still have holes on the O-line and the defense. And, they got some good skill position players, but kind of like the Hawks. But again, the lack of an offensive line and kind of a suspect defense, that definitely makes it a little bit more interesting. You don't really know what you're going to get game in and game out. So. Shedeur Sanders probably regretting playing, but again, Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, they might all be top 5 picks, but Cam Ward, definitely looked like a guy that could be the first pick in the draft or second or third or fourth or fifth or wherever he ends up going. But again, I just don't think any single quarterback or player is going to be able to turn that franchise around altogether on their own. Like Travis Hunter is going to be good on any team that he goes to, period. He's going to pan out. Ashton Genty, any team he goes to, he'll pan out. But as far as Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, we assume, and Quinn Ewers, we assume that those 3 guys will be pretty good and pan out to a certain degree, but it also depends on, the owner, the GM, the head coach, the OC, the DC, the supporting cast, and also how hard they're willing to work. And I don't know, I feel like Cam Ward is more of a hard worker. Shedeur Sanders is already, kind of acting like he's already a celebrity like his dad, and I think that might, hinder his development, him thinking that he's already the man, already at this point in college, and I don't know if he's willing to work for it, and I feel like, both of them have talent, and same thing with Quinn Ewers, but I don't know. I feel like Shedeur Sanders, there's more of a bust factor, kind of like Caleb Williams. Like, they will still be, average or above average. They're not going to be terrible or a bust, but, they might have to wait till they go to their second team to be able to pan out or a better situation, because I just don't see Caleb really panning out in Chicago. That's a dumpster fire there. And obviously, if one of these guys goes to the Raiders, like Shedeur Sanders, and Cam Ward goes to the Giants, you got Brock Bowers and Malik Neighbors to throw to for each quarterback, but that's not going to be enough. You're going to need more. We'll see how it goes, but so far, BYU, the Cougs, good defense there on Colorado. Original Dizzy D in the building. What's good? Yeah. I got my custom Oregon Duck Dylan Gabriel hoodie on right now. And I don't, really feel like, he's going to be like a Marcus Mariota, and obviously Marcus, really with him, it was just more injuries. His completion percentage and touchdown to interception ratio, Mariota is good. It's quite a bit higher for touchdowns and picks, but he just wasn't able to really stay healthy. And obviously now with Bo Nix and Justin Herbert, those are the two best quarterbacks that Oregon has developed lately. And I'm not really sure what you're going to get out of Dylan Gabriel. He's more of a project QB. I don't think he's going to be as good as necessarily a Shedeur Sanders or a Cam Ward or a Quinn Ewers. He'll have to be able to be a backup. And then if the team is, got a really good supporting cast around him, like let's say he goes to like the Steelers, then maybe he would be able to develop in a team like that. But, if he ends up getting drafted by a dumpster fire like the Browns, I wouldn't really be expecting too much. Pass incomplete. Good coverage there by the Buffs. You know it, baby. And we'll be, doing this tonight. Then we got Falcons and Commanders for Michael Penix Jr. and Jaden Daniels tomorrow. Niners and Lions on Monday night. Then we're going to do Penn State, Boise State on Tuesday. And then obviously the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day. So it's going to be a jam-packed, 4, 5, 6, 7 days here. Cardinals kicking off to the Rams. We got both games on right now, NFL and bowl game. Short game there by BYU. Yeah, I mean, he's good in college, but we don't really know if that's going to translate into the NFL. To me, when I watch Gabriel play, he's kind of like Tim Tebow, where, you're a lefty, but you're not really a smooth lefty like Michael Penix Jr., or like a Michael Vick. He doesn't really have that smoothness. He kind of shot puts the football, but he's still pretty accurate when he throws. It just doesn't look as pretty as some of the other lefties that have, been pretty well known, throwing the football and whatnot. Steve Young, Boomer Esiason, not every lefty is going to be a Pro Bowl, All-Pro, or an icon or a legend, but, hopefully, he can play some clean football. And, we got a tough path, Ohio State, Texas, and then either Penn State, Georgia, or Notre Dame in the Natty, and I wouldn't want it any other way. Retzloff to Marion. Nice catch. First down and 10 on the Colorado 29. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 20 likes, hopefully within the first hour and a half, 30 to 50 if we get volume. And obviously we'll be shooting for 100 in the donos on every single stream. We're at 10, 90 to go. Trick play. Cougars wide open. Oh, my fucking God. What happened to my hands? He just overthrew him. Fuck. And we're probably lucky that that wasn't caught, because if BYU goes up 14, this might be a blowout. Wow. Nice left-handed throw there. Yeah, if you can keep track of the likes and the donos there, Captain, while you're here, I would appreciate it on the chat. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting to get anything like custom ducks, until maybe the season was over. So to be able to get, whether it would have been a Dylan Gabriel or a Tez Johnson or whatever, my family definitely knows what I like. And, to get a custom Dylan Gabriel with player image, for a hoodie, yeah, sign me up. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is. Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Warren Sapp likes that. And the custom hoodie is super comfortable too. But you start to see, NFL players and college players that have quite a few of them, T-shirt wise, or hoodie wise, where it'll have, multiple player images on the shirt or the hoodie. I like custom stuff like that. You typically aren't going to get that, from like Nike or, Adidas. Usually it has to be like a custom person making it. But if you get it from the right person or the right website, they are fucking nice. Retzloff towards the sideline, incomplete. 4th down and 13, and the Buffs luck out based off that trick play not completing. 4th down and 14 on the Colorado 33, and obviously we're still knotted up at 0 with the Cardinals and the Rams, which probably what I would have possibly done, based off the time. I was thinking either Iowa State, Miami, but that was on at 12:30. Kick is up and good. 10-0 BYU. Hopefully Colorado can respond. I know Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders are not on the same page. I've already seen it look like Travis Hunter kind of screaming at Sanders a couple times already. So hopefully they can get on the same page at some point or another. Otherwise, they're both going to maybe regret playing in this game. But even if they both have bad games and they get their ass kicked by BYU, they're still going to be, top 10 picks, and both of them could still be top 5. It's just you would like to see them finish strong rather than just get their ass kicked, but we'll see. And, we need to get one. And once we get the first one, we might be able to get one next year. NIL, Uncle Phil's money. Who wouldn't want to wear a different helmet, jersey, and pant combo for every game in the season? Our swagger level is through the roof. It's unmatched. And again, it's going to keep getting better and better. We before couldn't beat SEC and Big Ten teams because we didn't have an O-line or a D-line big enough or athletic enough. Now, with Dan Lanning recruiting Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan type of players, now we are the new powerhouse on the West Coast. And if we can find a way to win the Rose Bowl, then beat Texas, then end up beating Penn State, Notre Dame, or Georgia in the Natty, next year's schedule is even easier than this one. The only tough matchup we have, onside kick for BYU. Wow, did they recover? Holy fuck, they did. Wow, BYU pulling out all the cards saying, Dion who? Sanders who? Oh my, wow. What a play call here by BYU. They say, we give no fucks. We give no fucks. They got the first Jewish starting quarterback in college football. They give no fucks. Wow, Dion, he ain't happy. Look at him. Shoulder shrug. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. That was like the Saints onside kick against the Colts in the Super Bowl. Changed everything. Wow. But we only play Penn State on the road next year. So if we get past them, no Michigan, no Ohio State on the schedule. If they're good, we'll meet them in the college football playoff. And it's not like we're, some people will say, they're not battle tested. But I think anyone that watches Oregon can definitely tell that this is not, just an average team. This looks like the beginning of something special and big for the program, where we might have a, 3 to 10 year, dominance. As being, very, very good, as being like a top 5 team, for the next few years, and, maybe even, the next 7 or 8. I mean, we want to be able to keep it together, but we're only going to be as good as we are with Dan Lanning. If he leaves and, Georgia fires Kirby Smart, then we're definitely taking a step back, and we'll still be a top 25 team, but we won't be like top 5 like we are right now. And it definitely feels good being the number 1 team in the land, but the job is not done. 2nd down and 1 after the onside kick recovery by BYU, up 10-0. They give no fucks about Colorado. Little short game. Still 0-0 here in the Cardinals and the Rams. 3rd down and 3 for Kyler. I mean, Ewers has a good skill set, and I like Cam Ward more than Shedeur Sanders. I'm not really sold on Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders kind of reminds me of Caleb Williams, where it's kind of like a social media presence. Your dad is Dion, but I don't really think he's got the work ethic. And, he definitely is athletic, but I don't know. It just feels like more of a, it's more about me than the team. And anytime it's like that, I don't like players like that. So, and hopefully Caleb will go to a different team other than the Bears so he can end up being not a bust. But, I don't think that he'll be better than Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels ever. And if Michael Penix Jr. can start to get in the rhythm, I don't think he'll be better than him either. Like, well, you might be on like the Drake May, JJ McCarthy level, but when you get picked first overall, and if you don't pan out, maybe the Bears are thinking, fuck, maybe we should have picked Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels. But those guys probably wouldn't succeed in Chicago either. Intercepted. There we go. That wasn't Travis Hunter, but we'll take it. There we go. There we go, Buff. Yeah, BYU did get too cute. Yeah, well, they've been doing polls on the decibel level, and every school that they have above Oregon's decibel level, has twice as much seating. So for every one faded drunk fan in Oregon, it's like 2 anywhere else. So we can have 55 to 60,000 fans sound louder than 100, 130,000, for like Ohio State or, LSU or Georgia or Bama. We can have half of the people, but one of us is like two of them. And I definitely agree to that. Autzen is one of the hardest places to play, and it's definitely the hardest place to play on the West Coast for all the Pac-12 teams that used to be there. Definitely the loudest and the most intimidating. All right, Colorado, show me something. Tiptoeing down the sideline for a positive gain. We're still knotted up here at 0 for Cardinals and Rams. 2nd down and 9 for Kyler. Well, so far, offensive line for Colorado is not good. And, Shedeur Sanders not on the same page with receivers like Travis Hunter. We haven't really seen Hunter do anything. Shedeur Sanders hasn't done anything. And, maybe after this game, more people will be looking at Quinn Ewers if he's eligible to come out, or Cam Ward. So it's not Travis Hunter. Looks like it was DJ McKinney. 25-yard return. End of the first quarter, 10-0 BYU. All right, 4th down and 1. Here for the Cardinals, about to punt to the Rams. Yeah, definitely a good, bowl game, and it shows you, Miami, maybe not Colorado based on what we've seen today, but Miami maybe should have been in over teams like Indiana. Maybe we should have let them come in. Colorado not making it. Obviously people want to see Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, but Miami was more deserving. But again, they ended up losing to Clemson, and that last matchup in the ACC, championship game. So if they would have been able to beat them, then they would have gotten in. But even though that they lost that matchup, Cam Ward and that Miami offense would have been fun to watch in the college football playoff. They might have been able to, be one of those teams that might have shocked the world. And, they don't got a defense over there, but offensively, they're kind of like Detroit or the Buffalo Bills, Miami, right, with Cam Ward. They also got Damian Martinez, who went for that long run right at the beginning of the game for like 70, 80 yards. That was nice to see. But, it's like all offense, no defense. So you just have to be effective on 3rd down, move the chains consecutively, and you have to win the time of possession, and you just have to keep scoring. And just, hopefully you end up, getting the ball last and you win the game. But unfortunately, Cam Ward decided not to play in the second half. If he did, they would have won. And again, for all the people bitching and moaning that they lost, well, if he would have said, I'm going to the NFL, I'm not playing at all, then they would have really gotten blown out. They would have lost by fucking like 30. So at least we got to see him in a half. And so far in 2 quarters, Cam Ward looks a hell of a lot better than Shedeur Sanders. But Shedeur Sanders, to me, seems a little bit too entitled, for my liking. If Tampa was in the market for a quarterback, I would definitely not want to draft him, Maybe take a chance on, Cam Ward. He looks like, between the two, that would be the better one. And I like Ewers better than Shedeur Sanders as well. So. Oh, Shiloh. Incomplete. I think with Shiloh, I know that there was some kind of post where he was like in the hospital. So I'm not sure if he's out for the year. I don't watch every single Colorado game beginning to end, but I think something on my social media feed, I could have swore that he might be out for the year. Someone can look that up if they know that information or whatnot, but I don't think he's playing in the game. I'm pretty sure he had some kind of minor or major surgery and that he's not playing. But I could be wrong. He might be out there playing corner or safety. But third down and 7. Sanders steps up in the pocket. Flag on the play. First down, Buffaloes. I don't know. Shedeur Sanders kind of reminds me of a poor man's Kyler Murray. You know, it's like at times he'll look amazing, but at other times you're scratching your head and you're like, dude, this guy's way too talented to be this shitty sometimes. I feel like that's like the perfect example. Like you're going to get the good Kyler, but sometimes you get the bad Kyler. And, you know, we know that they can run with the football, but how accurate are you going to be with your arm? That's the question mark, and I think that's kind of with Kyler as well. But, I mean, you know, Cam Ward was, 0 stars. Didn't have any offers. You know, and I watched him develop at Washington State, and it was very, very good, and, you know, went to Miami and, you know, made Crystal Ball not get fired. And obviously it's shown that, you know, he can be comparable to maybe some of the quarterbacks in this last class. There we go. Go, Travis. Go, Travis. Go, Travis. That's why you're the number 1 pick in the draft. Heisman. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yes, sir. What you know about that? What you know about that, baby? I was waiting. Let's go. You know, but I got to make sure he makes plays before we put this up. Bring that electricity, young man. You are the most exciting player in college football, baby. They need to get on the board here, too. Still 0-0 Cardinals and Rams. But look at the yak yards and that juke right there by Travis Hunter. Whoop! You know, this guy can play corner. This guy can play wide receiver. He can be kick returner, punt returner. I mean, you literally could line him up on the outside or in the slot, jet sweep, reverses, bubble screens. I mean, this guy could really do it all. You know, he might not be a Shohei Ohtani, you know, but again, for a guy that can play, you know, multiple positions, we've already seen what Shohei is probably going to go down as the best baseball player ever. You know, even better than Babe Ruth pitcher, pitching wise. Babe Ruth was decent, but Shohei's better. And then now with Travis Hunter, you know, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to play both ways. You're not going to be able to do that for the whole game. He would just get too tired, but it would be interesting to see if he was able to play like wide receiver 90% of the game and then 10% of the game. In certain situations, they would bring him out for defense, you know, or special teams as kick returner, punt returner, you know, but I don't know if he's just going to be like, I'm going to be a corner and that's it. Seems like he would be probably more valuable for a team playing offense rather than defense. And I think he's a little bit better of an athlete on the offensive side. We've seen that he can get interceptions because when he gets picks, it's just like he's catching the football on offense. And obviously, if you can catch, you're a receiver. If you can't catch, you're a corner, right? Or a safety typically, right? If you have a choice. But it'll be very interesting to see the development. I think the most shocking thing would be is if Travis Hunter said, I'm going to play corner and that's it. You know, but I don't think that would really make his value go lower. I just don't know how good of a corner he would be if that's the only position he plays and that's it. Little flip. Good tackle by the Cougars. I mean, obviously the Giants, they're going to need a quarterback at some point or another. But, you know, again, you know, if Travis Hunter is there, he's going to pan out like Ashton Genty. So it's like a generational player. You might as well grab him and then figure out the quarterback, later, unless you fall in love with Cam Ward or like Quinn Ewers if he's eligible. And then if, you know, Quinn Ewers is eligible and doesn't go back to like Ohio State or, you know, goes to another college, an NIL deal. Like if it's just Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, you know, and I need a quarterback, I'm going Cam Ward. And then, you know, if you decide between Cam Ward, 12 noon, you know what time it is? Time for a 50-yard loss. You suck. 12 noon, sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Wow. Let's hang on to the football for fucking forever, huh? But, any team could use a Travis Hunter. You know, even the teams at the top that need a quarterback. You could always get a quarterback, you know, later. in the round, in the second or third round, or a free agent to hold you over, while you use the pick for like a Travis Hunter. Anthony in the building. What's good, brother? Nice, man. Good to see you in the room, my guy. Raiders in the building. It's always a good sight to see when you hop into the room, my guy. Miss ya. Kick is up. No good. So Colorado can't make kicks. They don't got an offensive line. Defense is suspect. But at least we needed Travis Hunter to get in that fucking end zone, for them to, keep this game kind of closer, But at least we got to see Travis Hunter, what he could do. Shedeur Sanders looks like, from someone thinking that he could be a top 5 pick, with this shit offensive line. I mean, he looks like a 7th rounder. But again, it's more offensive line than him. But, I'm not sold on him. And it really does show you, if you play a shitty defense, even when you have a bad offensive line, you can shine. But if you have a bad offensive line and you play a team that's got a decent D-line or a good one or an elite one, then you're going to see what you're seeing here today where Shedeur Sanders can't do shit, and it's not like BYU is really great at defense either, 8 more likes to 20. Let's get there, baby. Shiloh Sanders plays safety. So I was right. He had a broken forearm against Nebraska early in the season, and then he underwent surgery. Missed a month. So he is slated to play. So it sounds like Shiloh is out there. So I don't know. My memory is usually pretty good. I might not be able to remember every single fucking detail, but if it's something important, for a team at some point, I'll have like a flashback. So my flashback was correct. I just didn't know if he was playing in this game or not. So it sounds like he came back kind of late in the season and played in a couple games, but definitely won't be as big of a factor as Shedeur or Travis Hunter. Well, maybe more than Shedeur, because really Shedeur ain't doing shit so far, but not going to be as much of a highlight package like Travis Hunter. And Travis Hunter might be the only way that this team keeps this game close. Otherwise, we're going to get a rout here in a moment. Nice. Defend the deep, release the Kraken. It's been a rough year for the Kraken and the Blazers for me. But again, I got to see Scoot with the fadeaway jumper at the buzzer for the win, and got to enjoy some video games at that 2-story arcade. Had some really good chicken at Bay's Chicken, and I got to spend some time with my best friend Justin. Hooked me up with a Star Wars Boba Fett exclusive figure from like the 90s as a Christmas present, which was very cool. Still in the package from 96, so definitely not opening that. It's always good, when you can share the gifts during the holidays. And it's not like I'm going to be able to do that with everyone, but he's a collector, I'm a collector, and it's always good to be able to make someone else smile with a collectible or a card or a magazine or a toy or whatever it may be that they collect. First down and 10. Retzloff with the pitch, little RPO, and he runs over a Colorado player. Was that Shiloh? Shiloh Sanders getting run over, and we were just talking about him. Where is he at? There he is, getting run over by Martin down on the sideline. Yeah, and then I got the badass old school 90s bobblehead of Lou Piniella and Brett Boone. I don't have anything Lou Piniella or Brett Boone bobblehead wise, so I got those for Christmas too, which was awesome. Oh, nice tackle there by the Buffs. Craig with the hit. Second down and 11 at the BYU 40. Still knotted up at 0 with the Cardinals and the Rams. Kyler bouncing it to the outside. And the NFL is so hit or miss lately, isn't it? It's either the games are like amazing or they're terrible. Like there really isn't an in between, you know? Like how the hell did the Texans get a 2 against the Ravens at home? How the Hawks and the Bears have a 6-3 game? This is the NFL, not high school or college. Another RPO. BYU cooking with this RPO. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. Stiff arm. Looks like he might have not landed on the ground and rolled over. That brought me back to Oregon and Auburn back in the Natty in 2010, where a player did the same shit and we ended up losing. Rolled over on another player, never went down with the knee, gained an additional 15 to 20 yards, and then ended up, but his elbow went down there, so I think that'll come back. Elbow's down, but no, the Auburn player didn't have any elbow or knee down, and that put him in the field goal position to beat us, and I'll never forget that. I really felt that was the one that we earned and that we should have won with Chip Kelly, but if we can get the Natty this year, all that pain, from that loss, because I already knew when we had Marcus Mariota and we went to the Natty against Ohio State, we weren't going to win that. I felt we were going to get our ass kicked. We did. But that Auburn with Cam Newton, I felt we had a very good chance. Jeff Mayle, Darren Thomas, D'Anthony Thomas, LaMichael James. That one felt like the athletes that we had. We didn't really have a lot of good offensive linemen or defensive linemen. And they also had, Nick Fairley over there, who, didn't last in the NFL for a long period of time, but made a little bit of noise, for a few teams before he left the game. But, that one was the one that I felt out of all Oregon games, that's the only one that I feel not necessarily cheated, but we had it. We were so close, and a lot of times you got to lose before you win. You got to crawl before you walk. You got to feel the pain before you feel the joy. But that one definitely, stung. I still got, the LaMichael James jersey from that game sewn, the patch that I got on eBay after, and I ended up getting the nameplate sewn in the back for James. And, even though, it brings back memories of that particular loss, it's still one of my favorite jerseys in my Duck collection. So. Fucking A, man. They don't have any weapons. Running backs, terrible. Wide receivers, terrible, besides Cortland Sutton. And tight end, they don't have one. That's how. And offensive line has been pretty good for Denver, but, even good offensive lines will get tired at times. Yeah, I mean, you guys have a lot of positions, as I got the DG on right now. But, I feel like, head coach is going to be very important. They're going to have to get a new head coach, coordinator, GM, things need to improve. Ownership, GM, head coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon hasn't panned out yet, but doesn't mean that he won't. It was either him or Graham Barton as the best centers. Tampa passed and grabbed Graham Barton. He's been the better center, but again, it's been some miscommunication from other offensive linemen tapping him on the leg, him snapping it early, and obviously losing to the Chiefs and a few other games that he's kind of, not had that connection with the quarterback. But again, it depends on where they are in the draft. If they go for a quarterback and draft Shedeur Sanders, I think that would be the worst thing that they could do. They can be all hype and whatnot, but again, it's you got to build the offensive line. You got Jacoby Myers, who's a good player. Brock Bowers is the next up-and-coming tight end like Sam Laporta. But again, you need more, obviously at running back, more at offensive line, more receivers that complement Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers, and you need a shitload of defense. There's so many holes on that defense, and so, I think the number one thing is no matter what, first pick, second pick, third pick, fourth pick, fifth pick, do not draft Shedeur Sanders. If you're going to draft a quarterback, take Cam Ward or Quinn Ewers if he ends up being eligible. Otherwise, if he goes to another, college football team, maybe going back to, Ohio State. But if Travis Hunter is there, take him. Obviously we don't know what pick Travis Hunter will be. But if he's sitting there and the Raiders have a chance to get him, you draft him. But again, I'm not sure if Dillon Gabriel would be a good fit on the Raiders. And I don't really know what round Dillon Gabriel would go. For me, he's more of a project QB. And again, like, you can win a Heisman and not pan out. Marcus Mariota, Justin Herbert, and Bo Nix panned out. Obviously, Herbert with his natural body size and talent, but his head coaching tree has been terrible with Lynn and Staley. Now he finally has Harbaugh to save his career. Bo Nix has Peyton. So again, you need to figure out. You need to get an elite head coach to change the culture for the Raiders. And if you can get an elite head coach like Harbaugh and Peyton did for their respective teams, then things will come together. But I think the number one thing for the Giants or the Raiders is I would definitely be passing on Shedeur Sanders. But more than likely, it's a possibility that one of those two teams or both may take a quarterback. But I don't have any confidence in Shedeur Sanders. I do believe in Cam Ward. I do believe in Quinn Ewers, but they're not as good of a draft class this year compared to last year. We don't even know what J.J. McCarthy is going to do, right? Drake May is doing pretty good with no weapons on New England. Personal foul there on Travis Hunter. And obviously Michael Penix Jr. just getting an opportunity to play. Caleb obviously struggling with Chicago, but that's more of a culture thing. But he's also hanging on to the football too long. But they have running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. The defense isn't very good. It's usually they're good at either run defense or pass defense, but not both. So I feel like the quarterback class last year, Jaden Daniels is a stud, Bo Nix is a stud, Michael Penix Jr., I believe, can turn into a stud, and I feel like Caleb and Drake May will flash, but they'll never pan out to what people think that they will. And if you had to choose one or the other, Drake May might end up being better than Caleb at some point, unless they go to new teams and they can, flash there. And then J.J. McCarthy might end up being the worst one out of them all, but we don't really know just yet. Oh, turnover! Buffaloes with the football! Uh-oh. Late flag is called. Colorado with a pick by one of the big boys. It wasn't a thick six, but wow. Barnes. Yeah, and I think with Dillon Gabriel, if you're going to go to a team that is kind of undisciplined, and they don't really have the structure, going to Chicago or going to like Cleveland, it's almost, it's asking for the player to fail. Remember, teams fail players more than players fail teams. And again, a lot of times they don't give coaches or players enough time, or if you end up having a different head coach or a coordinator every year, people don't want to bring that up. Like, what do you expect, from certain guys like Justin Herbert, to go through like 4 or 5 different offensive coordinators and coaches and have like a different scheme and a different playbook every year? Like, it's hard to be able to succeed when you have things changing every year. And that's why it was so easy, after a while for Tom and Gronk and Belichick, because nothing fucking changed after a 20-year period. They tweaked some things in the playbook, but it was relatively the same shit every week, game planning for that team and, making sure they exploit the weaknesses, but there was not a whole lot of surprises. So it's about having a consistent, coaching staff around you that can bring that success. So I just don't know if Dillon Gabriel would be a good fit on the Raiders, or really, for that matter, any quarterback, unless the head coach ends up being someone like a Harbaugh that can change the culture. If you just end up hiring just another guy, but you hire Ben Johnson because he's the number 1 OC for Detroit, I just don't think that would be good enough to turn shit around either. Like, it would be a splashy hire, but that doesn't mean it's going to turn shit around. Like, Raiders need a Dan Campbell, or a Jim Harbaugh. They need something like that, but how many of those guys exist in the NFL now? Not many. Flag on the play. Jason in the building. What's good? Obviously, Drake May is raw, but you need better running backs than Ramondre Stevenson and company. better wide receivers, Demario Douglas. I mean, they got some guys on the team that have some athleticism, but offensive line needs to be better. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, defense, everything. Coaching, play calling, like literally everything needs to be improved. But at least you got the quarterback. But now it's like you need to be able to sprinkle, some good offensive linemen and weapons for him to be able to, go through the progressions so that way he can get better. But again, that's going to be a long haul. It might be a while before they're relevant. And you might have to go through a few different coaches before you end up finding the right, combination of coaches and players to get that team to 10-7. Like, it may take a while. 3rd down and 7. Offensive line for Colorado, non-existent. Defense, non-existent. And again, big sack lunches on Shedeur Sanders, not on the same page with Travis Hunter besides one throw. And another sack lunch and a fumble. Wow. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. But Shedeur Sanders' draft stock is probably going down as we speak. For anyone that thought that he could be the number 1 pick or number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, he ain't looking too good right now. And yes, it's more offensive line than him. But again, what happens if he ends up going to the Giants or Raiders and they don't have an offensive line? Like, do you really expect Shedeur Sanders to be Patrick Mahomes? Fuck no. That's why you don't draft a player like this. And he's got an ego bigger than his dad. It's like, do you really want to have a guy that thinks he's better than everyone already before he even, makes the NFL? No thanks, man. Like, you might end up panning out because you're athletic and your dad is Dion and you can learn all the secrets with the diet and the workout regimen and all that. But, to me, he's more of a me player than a team player. And if I'm, trying to be able to build a championship roster, I definitely would go to Cam Ward or Quinn Ewers over him. I wouldn't even draft him. Even if he slipped in the draft, 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, pass. I could end up getting better players, down the road that don't have an ego, the size of Dion or bigger. So, but Travis Hunter will pan out, right? Travis Hunter will pan out. Ansher Genty will pan out. So there's going to be a few, that will pan out. But, even Cam Ward, on a bad team, it'll be a flashy piece that we can root for, But again, we saw how good C.J. Stroud looked year 1, and then obviously had the sophomore slump this year. He went backwards. And once people have tape of you after a year, you have to be able to adjust and make those proper adjustments. Otherwise, you're going to go backwards in your career. I think a lot of people thought that the Texans might overachieve and make the AFC Championship game. But clearly, if you put up a 2 against the fucking Ravens at home, I know Diggs is no longer playing. Tank Dell, kneecap fucking exploded. Yeah, Nico was out for half the year. Mixon has been struggling as of late, but still, it's like you got enough to be able to make it work. But again, it shows you offensive line for Texans, not good. Defense has been reeling this year. And again, eventually, if they keep adding pieces, it's possible that C.J. Stroud could lead that team to 10 to 14 wins and they can end up making an AFC Championship game one day, but it sure as hell ain't going to be this year. So, yeah. And Antonio Pierce is much better than Josh McDaniels. That's a guy, that obviously wanted to do things his way and a guy that can call plays, but didn't really exude leadership. It's like when you get a young guy that has this kind of edge to him, but he doesn't really scream leader. Sometimes you want that grandpa, older coach that you can kind of respect, that ends up leading the room. As I'm watching Livy Dunn and getting a little mesmerized here on the screen with her Viore sweatpants. I see you, Livy Dunn. When you're done with Paul, hit my line. 10-0 BYU. Yeah, but with the Raiders, it's a culture thing, and again, they need to be able to improve the culture. And if they can get the right coach to do that, that'll be the first start. The right GM, the right head coach, the OC and the DC, then the players will eventually fall into place. But again, if you keep drafting players and you don't get good coaching, it's not going to go anywhere. The Raiders are still going to be a team that wins, 2 to 7 games every year and be kind of a disappointment for their fan base. We've seen the Broncos get better. We've seen what the Chargers have done to get better. Now it's a Raiders time. But again, you're going to be kind of like looking up at everyone else for a while. So. I'm pretty sure that they already announced that they're moving on from AP, though, that they're going to be looking for a head coach. Let's get those likes up, baby. 4th down and 23. And I imagine Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are probably regretting playing in this game now. I mean, Travis Hunter's stock hasn't dropped. If anything, it's, stayed the same. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. No discipline for Dion. Touchdown, BYU. I thought you guys got so much better, huh? I thought you guys got so much better on defense and everything else and special teams, right? Warren Sapp and everyone else that came in there, they look like dog shit. 16-0 BYU, getting punched in the mouth over and over again. And that's what happens sometimes when you think you're better than you really are, and you want to walk around with this type of swagger. It's one thing to do it if you're Dion, right? But there's only one Deion Sanders, okay? Shedeur ain't his dad. Shiloh ain't his dad. I mean, if anything, Travis Hunter is closer to Dion than the actual sons. Facts. Extra point is up and good. 17-0 Cougars. They haven't released all of the names yet, but I would assume, some of the top offensive coordinators, unless they decide to, go back, like Ben Johnson, Houston Texans, Slovic. There's going to be a few guys, but just because those guys put their hat out there as being like good offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators, that doesn't mean that that's going to be the right head coach, calling plays for whoever, but I mean, you're going to have to wait until the season ends and then, go from there. But I'm pretty sure that, Antonio is only, that was an interim, and they'll probably keep him on the staff, but he's not going to be the head coach. 17-0 Cougars. He said, talks about Vrabel. See, I wouldn't do Vrabel either. You already know what you're going to get out of Vrabel. He's kind of an edgy guy, but I don't think that's going to be the answer, Not saying that necessarily Ben Johnson would be the answer either, coming in from the Lions, because obviously calling plays for the Lions and calling plays for the Raiders would be completely different. You don't really have any type of the players that are the same besides Laporta being like Brock Bowers, and that's about it. And maybe Jacoby Myers, he might not be Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I mean, he'll give you consistency game in and game out for what they have left, right? Yeah. But I mean, also too, all I do is read and watch film. So for certain, coaches and other topics that we're talking about, I don't expect everyone to be on the same page. It just really depends on how much you're reading and how much you're keeping up on, the sports world. So, but there'll be more names that'll be announced, either from college football or NFL, guys getting fired, and then obviously really good offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators that are, on winning teams that will get a look, depending on who they are. So. First down and 10, and Shedeur Sanders says, why don't I just do it myself? Sliding in. First down, Buffaloes. Still knotted up at 0 with the Cardinals and the Rams. Kyler hands off up the middle. And, I was considering doing this game, the Cardinals and Rams, but nothing really, striking about it. Like, obviously, the Rams are trying to be able to win the NFC West, and they got the Hawks, next week and whatnot. But, it just seems like, again, with the NFL, really, really good or, really, really, like, underwhelming games. And I just feel within the last 2-3 weeks, there's been more, like, kind of underwhelming bad games than ever. Big hit on the edge there on Colorado. And why don't they get Travis Hunter the ball in more creative ways here? bubble screens, jet sweeps, reverses, screen passes. And you saw the one play where he ended up getting like a 5-yard pass and then got like 70 fucking yards on yak yards after and cut it up the field with some jukes. You just got to get him the ball in space, even if it's just a 5 to 10-yard pass. Let him do the rest with his creativity and his legs instead of just trying to go for that 50-yard bomb that obviously you have no time to do that because the offensive line fucking stinks. Yeah, but I wouldn't have Vrabel. Vrabel is a name, but again, all it is going to be is a bridge coach until the one that, gets you to where you want to go. I don't know. I just don't think that would be a good fit for the Raiders. Because he's going to be a disciplined guy, and yeah, they discipline, but I think with him and his Patriot, ways, I think that it would rub people the wrong way, and, eventually he would get pushed out, Shedeur Sanders running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Floater. Intended receiver Travis Hunter, incomplete. Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to turn that ship around. They got a lot of problems there. Ownership is bad. GM is bad. Head coach is bad. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator bad. I mean, if they had you guys had Waldron. He's like probably the worst play caller in football on Seattle. Then the Bears got him, and then they fired him, right? And it didn't really make that much of a difference. Like the Bears still fucking stink, so you have to be able to know what you have, and again, some coordinators can't get it done. And, I don't think Vrabel, because again, I mean, if you want to just hire a name, you could hire Vrabel, but you're still going to finish in last place in the division. There's no way in hell that you're going to be better than the Broncos, the Chargers, or the Chiefs. Sarah in the building. What's good? We got both games on right now. 0-0 Cardinals and Rams. 17-0 BYU on Colorado. Pop-Tarts Bowl was nice with Iowa State beating Miami. But again, Cam Ward only played in the first half, but ended up breaking the, collegiate records for most touchdown passes in a career. So shout out to him. And they would have won if he would have played the whole game, 100%. Yeah, and I do got the DG on. I was going to wait until, maybe the Ohio State game for the Rose Bowl to wear it, but, I don't know if I'm going to wear a jersey for that game or if I'll wear this. So, super comfy. Yeah, awesome gift. Like it would have been cool if I would have got a Tez Johnson one or a Dylan Gabriel one. Hell, it would have been cool if I got a Dan Lanning one. Honestly, that would have been my number one choice if I could get a Dan Lanning one, with a bunch of player images of him on it. That would have probably been my first choice. And then Dylan Gabriel, Tez Johnson, or any of the defensive players maybe as a second choice. But I don't know if those exist, and especially with this company, I think this is the only option that they had. But, I definitely would rock a Dan Lanning. Oh, Shiloh with the interception. We were just talking about him, if he was actually going to make any plays, but we got a flag on the play. And caught from behind, but let's see what the flag is. But I really like this Dylan Gabriel one because it's got 4 player images of him. One kind of towards the top, and then underneath, it's got 3, doing like different poses. And some of the t-shirts that you see some of the NFL players wear and college football players wear, they got big player image, on the shirt. Like you've seen them, hip hop people will wear them and athletes will wear them, where they'll have like their face or the player image of their body like 5 or 6 of them, and they're huge on your t-shirt, so it takes up the whole shirt. I love those. Like, I've seen Travis Hunter ones, Jay Jetta. Those are dope. Like, those are fashionable and they look cool. Like, it's like you got a bunch of player images of your favorite player or whatnot, and it's not like they're in dumb poses or anything. Like, it's very well thought out and put together. And anytime I see shirts like that or hoodies, I'm always like taking a double look, saying, oh man, if I had extra money, that would be dope. 2nd down and 1 as the interception comes back. 1st down, Cougars. Well, I mean, I got a lot of jerseys I would love to wear. I mean, one of my favorites is the Justin Herbert green apple Bo Nix, but I can't wear it because I have a green screen. So if I wear it, you'll literally only see my head. You'll just see my head, and I'll be like a floating head on the screen and whatnot. But I wish I could, that's the one that I want to wear, the most on stream and whatnot. But again, anything that you have, I don't have any yellow Duck jerseys. I'm not really into the yellow. But I got a lot of black and white. But, man, that green apple, though, I think my favorite one is probably the LaMichael James one because I got the patch and I got the James, sewn on the back. And then I got the black, with the wings with Mamba sewn in the back. My D'Anthony one is up there, too, but because both of those are custom. But the Herbert Nix one that I have, obviously I can't fit Herbert's name because it's too long. But I could take it to the seamstress and put Nix on the back because obviously they both wore 10. And even though it's actually a Justin Herbert jersey, but, I could go that route. So 17-0 BYU. It's the Nancy. The Mormons are on a mission. Well, their quarterback, too, is the first starting Jewish quarterback in college football. So, these guys are motivated. They want to be able to make a name for themselves. They're not intimidated by Deion Sanders in Colorado, just like they, and again, last year they were chirping a lot, and then Oregon put them into their place after they started off like 3-0, 4-0. I was at that game where we blew them out by like 40, 50 points, and then they went on a big losing streak. This year, they kind of shut the fuck up for the most part. They brought in Warren Sapp and a bunch of assistants. It got the team to be better on the defensive side of the ball, and they weren't as mouthy as maybe the year before. But again, when you end up being mouthy and you talk a lot of shit, and if you don't produce, then people aren't really going to listen to what you have to say the next year, and that's kind of what happened, even though they talked a little bit less this year. But again, they did improve, but for a 9-3 team, Shedeur don't look very good, but the offensive line stinks for Colorado. The defense stinks. Obviously Travis Hunter is a G, could be the first pick in the draft, but again, not a good connection, today. And I don't know if both guys, are regretting playing in this game, but it's not like Travis Hunter's, draft stock will drop. He could still be a top 5, top 10 pick, but Shedeur, based on this game, he definitely doesn't look like a guy that you would want to take on the Giants or the Raiders over Cam Ward or Quinn Ewers, But we'll see. Reflect in the building. What's good? We got me and Captain. We're watching both games here. We got the Cardinals and the Rams on. Obviously, you watched the Broncos and Bengals go at it on the previous game, which was one of the good games since Chargers ended up hanging a 40-burger on the Patriots, which was a little surprising. Not that the Chargers won, but the amount that they won by was Lad McConkey. What can you say? I mean, the guy's an OG, right? A good win for them. And obviously, I got a lot of friends that are Bronco fans, so that was definitely tough. But there was chances. You ended up having that missed field goal at the end. I mean, what other chances do you need? Like, again, if you're going to be a road team, right, you have to win immediately in overtime. The longer you wait for that home team to get lucky, which is kind of what happened, where they both were struggling in overtime, and then after the missed field goal by Cincinnati, you thought, oh, Denver could do it, but they just couldn't get consecutive first downs to move the chains. And even if Denver misses the playoffs and they end up winning next week, and they go like 10-7 and they miss it, that's still a successful season. With Sean Payton, it's not what you wanted. You want to be in the position where the Chargers are at. But again, it's the first year. And obviously Herbert's a better quarterback than Bo Nix at this point, but Nix could catch up, next year or the following year, where Nix could be mentioned as a top 10 quarterback. Right now, it's somewhere between 10 and 15, but it feels like Bo is in the top 12, just on the outside of top 10, but he could get there. And if he can have a couple consistent years, maybe we'll say Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, yes, they're both top 10 quarterbacks, and then maybe even Michael Penix Jr. can go from being a top 16 quarterback all the way up into the top 10 or top 12. So definitely excited about that. Not really so sure about Caleb or Drake May. Those guys will probably be top 16 quarterbacks or top 20 quarterbacks for a while, maybe until they go to their new teams. Definitely Caleb has to go to another team than Chicago. Drake May might be able to make it there, in New England, but they have so little talent that by the time that they get enough talent around Drake May, they might give up on him at that point. So who knows? Odin in the building. What's good? Reflect in the building. What's good? Daniel in the building. What's good? Sarah with the doll hair. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus shack, bang, bang. Let me know what you want to do for photos here at halftime. Flag on the play. Congrats. It might not be the sexiest, number one seed, with a one-loss team, even if you guys end up going 16-1, but the bottom line is if you're number one on third down efficiency, number one in a couple defensive categories, you guys could end up repeating. It might not be by blowouts, and you might just be, winning the AFC championship game by 3, the Super Bowl by 3, but at the end of the day, winning is winning. So, we'll see if we end up getting, teams like the Eagles and Chiefs again, offense and defense, as Shiloh does the pop and lock. I see you, Shiloh Sanders. Or if it ends up being teams that have offense and no defense, like the Lions and the Bills. But, what we're going to be watching in a few weeks is definitely going to be must-see TV, not only with the college football playoff, but the NFL playoffs. Shotgun set. Little screen. Go. Getting that first down. Yeah, and I ended up watching that whole Iowa State Miami matchup, and Damian Martinez played great, Cam Ward played great. Obviously defenses really weren't existent in that game, but it was a fun game to watch bowl-wise. And Miami and Alabama, for all of the people that were pissed that they didn't make it, yeah, they probably both, should have been in. Not Colorado, but I think Bama, if we're going to choose a 3-loss team, Bama over Indiana would have been probably better. Miami over Indiana would have been better, because at least you would know that on Miami's side, they would at least put up points if they lose. Defense, they can't really stop anybody, but Cam Ward and Damian Martinez were good enough to, be in the playoff. And, yeah, they might have lost, to Notre Dame, but you never know. Maybe it would have been closer than people think. Maybe Miami upsets them. Who knows, right? But for Alabama, Jalen Milroe, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. With Milroe and Alabama, their offense and defense is more suspect. You just don't really know. Are you getting the glimpse of the old Bama with Saban, with Jalen Milroe, or does he play one of those dog shit games that he played this year? And you don't really know, but you would assume that Bama, with the players that they have, left in the Saban regime and the DeBoa new regime, that they would have been able to be a little bit more competitive than Indiana and some of those other teams that we saw. But again, it has to be about strength of schedule rather than wins. Because again, if you go 11-1 and you don't play anybody in the top 25, you're just going to get embarrassed. So even if there's teams that have 2 or 3 losses over a team that only has 1, but they are in a better conference, Big Ten, SEC, and they've lost, tough matchups in the top 25, that's still, it needs to be something that we recognize, instead of just, they have wins, they're in. It has to be like, what kind of wins? Quality wins, top 25 wins, or are you just beating garbage teams? I mean, a lot of teams in college football could go undefeated if they ended up playing, North Dakota State and all these other bullshit fucking games that they have on the schedule, right? So, Yeah, Notre Dame and Georgia will be tough. But again, that'll be a close game like Oregon and Ohio State. The other two will be blowouts, right? Texas will blow out Arizona State, but Scadaboo will put on a show. And then obviously Penn State will beat Boise State on the road. Tyler Warren will put on a show, as well as Ala, right? And again, you're going to get Genty putting on a show as well. But I just, unless Genty and Scadaboo end up having games of their career, scoring 3, 4, 5 touchdowns each, that might be the only way that those teams keep it close or win. But I don't know. I just don't see enough on those teams as far as team. They have amazing players, Scadaboo, Genty, but other than, a couple players on the offense and a couple on the defense, I just don't think that they're going to match up very well against Texas and Penn State, but we'll wait and find out. But that Notre Dame, Georgia could go either way, just like the Buckeyes and the Ducks. There we go. Nice stiff arm. And again, if people are, thinking the Giants or Raiders or anyone that's looking for a quarterback, if you don't have an offensive line, right, and you're thinking about drafting Shedeur Sanders, well, this is what you're going to get. If you don't got an offensive line, we already have seen what happens with Seattle with Geno. Like when Geno does well, they complain, right? When Geno does bad, they complain. Like it's never you realize the offensive line is bad, and so when he does good, that actually means that he should get praised. But for whatever reason, the majority of the fan base just wants everyone fired. The head coach, the fucking OC, Geno himself, and it shows you, like, you have to have offensive line and defensive line. If you don't, you're not going to be a good team. You might be able to get by beating teams that are mid or teams that are bad, but if you play a team that actually has a good O-line or D-line, you will get exposed. You will get fucking crushed. And you will get fucking embarrassed on national TV at the Valero Alamo Bowl, where you're down almost 20-0. Come on, Shedeur. Field goal up and good. Shadeur's draft stock went from top 5 pick to 7th round, and Travis Hunter is still in the top 5, could be number 1 overall. Cam Ward, his stock maybe has risen to being number 1 or number 2 with Travis Hunter, but I definitely wouldn't be drafting Shedeur Sanders. No, thank you. Me guy. No, it's a team guy. Cam Ward, team guy. Me guy. Shedeur Sanders, stay away. All right, let's get some Cam Ward up here for Sarah. We're at 11. 89 to go. All right, and then we'll end up flipping it over here to the Cardinals after I get a couple photos here. And I'll end up doing play-by-play on that. I gotta mute this real quick. Dion was all getting emotional, like with this fake cry bullshit. What, for your fake cry to have your team, put up a 0? Come on, my guy. Embarrassing. You got Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, and you got a 0. Terrible. Jesus. All right, I got the NFL game up here now. Also, I like guys that are, more from like the Pac-12, Cougs, and, even though they might have ended up, transferring and going somewhere else. But, I know Colorado was part of the Pac-12, but they were always kind of like outsiders. And not the cool ones like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. And I don't really like Shedeur Sanders' throwing motion, either his decision making. So, if you want a guy that's like a poor man's Kyler Murray, that sometimes looks good, sometimes looks bad, go get Shedeur Sanders. But I think Cam Ward and Quinn Ewers have a better chance of panning out. You know, like I think the equivalent of Shedeur Sanders is kind of like Caleb Williams, where it's all hype. If they go to the wrong team, it's not going to work out. You know what I mean? And like, you know, based on what we've seen out of Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, you know, they're better. You know, Michael Penix Jr. I think is going to be better. You know, even Drake May has a chance to being better. Like, you know, Caleb might only be better than J.J. McCarthy, and that's it. And he was the first pick. So, again, you know, Chicago's a fucking dumpster fire, and it's more than just Caleb. You know, they have a, you know, good supporting cast, but, you know, holds on to the football too long and just bad culture in Chicago. Yeah, and obviously having a bad offensive line, Patriots and Hawks, not ideal. Hopefully that'll get better. That's catch by Cooper Kupp. But I like Cam Ward. I like what I see out of him. Bootleg. Check down incomplete. And again, NFL games lately have been either really, really good or almost unwatchable or just very underwhelming. Like, I don't think I've seen so many NFL games being at 0 in like the second quarter, you know, or just such a low-scoring affair. Like, this is the NFL now. This isn't high school. This isn't college. Like, I'm just, you know, and it's not like the defenses in every game that's at 0-0 are like, oh my God, they have so many good defensive players. No wonder they're at 0. There's wiggle room, you know, to score points for the Cardinals and Rams. It's not like Aaron Donald's still fucking playing. Yeah. Hopefully that'll get better. First down, Puka. Move the chains. 15-yard gain. All right, first down and 10. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 0-0. Good thing I didn't do this game as the live stream. Stafford, little bootleg, keeping his eyes downfield, and almost intercepted by the Cardinals. But that Iowa State-Miami matchup for the Pop-Tarts Bowl, that was a good one. You know, and I knew that was going to be a good matchup. Not a lot of defense, but if Cam Ward played, it was going to be, you know, him and Damian Martinez would put on a show, and they both did. And Iowa State put on a pretty good show themselves, too. You know, they had some pretty good athletes on that side of the ball, too. They fought hard. Second down and 10. Man in motion, Cooper Kupp. Shotgun set. Stafford steps up in the pocket. Uh-oh, look at him go. The 5 and sliding down. He might have been able to get a couple more yards, but didn't want to get blasted. Now, if that was Georgia Stafford, maybe he would have dove for that pylon, but that fan loves it. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm watching. I always watch more than one game on stream, you know, whether it be, you know, Blazer game on the side, Kraken on the side, another college or NFL game on the side, hand up the middle, and down to the goal line. Might be second in inches there for Kyron Williams. And hopefully they give him the ball again to get in the end zone. short of the marker there. Finally, some points as we get closer to halftime. Can't believe it's 0-0, but I guess that's where we're at right now. Second and goal, Stafford. Play action, bootleg. Almost intercepted. Just run the damn ball, Rams. Stop being so goddamn cute out there trying to get it to Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua or whoever. If it's second in inches and you actually have a top 5 running back, really top 3 this year, and Kyron Williams, I know he's not built like David Montgomery and he's a little undersized, but that doesn't mean that guy can't get in. Just like a Jahmyr Gibbs for the Lions or, a Bucky Irving for the Buccaneers. Hand the ball off, damn it. Third and goal. Hand it off. Puka in motion. Touchdown, Rams. Should have done that on the previous play. Finally, a score. Yeah, Rocco actually did a pretty good job. Yeah, and I remember Anthony back on the day on the Jets and the Bucks. Yeah, everyone's having the Bebe during the baseball season. The Bebes are coming out. Extra point is up. And good. 7-0 Rams. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of this before the game ends. I mean, if I knew it was going to be a poor effort by Colorado like this, we could have done that earlier game with Miami and Iowa State. But I don't know if anyone anticipated a 20-0 BYU lead at half. But hopefully, he did have one good play where he almost got in the end zone, but they haven't given him enough targets, to do anything. Obviously, the offensive line is terrible for Colorado and their defense, but come on, baby. I'm here for Travis. Let's go. And then tomorrow we're going to end up doing Sunday Night Football. Michael Penix Jr. and the Falcons, and going against Jaden Daniels and the Commandos. So Sunday Night Football, 5 o'clock, be here. Then we're going to do Lions and Niners on Monday night. Tuesday night will be Penn State, Boise State, and the college football playoff. And then Wednesday will be Ohio State and the Oregon Ducks. So we're going to have a lot of fun here in the next 4 or 5 days. Yeah, hopefully you heal up, man. Unfortunate with the injury and whatnot, but hopefully you'll be back on your feet, being able to work sooner than later, my guy. 7-0 Rams. 3:23 left before halftime. We'll see if the Cardinals can make some magic. And we're still waiting, obviously, for halftime to end for BYU in Colorado. Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. My goodness. First down and 10 for Kyler. Shotgun set. Murray. Ooh, Higgins. Wow. First down. Cardinals. Move the chains. Good effort there. If they could only have effort between Kyler and, Harrison. That never really developed into anything. Like Trey McBride ended up getting a little bit more, looks in pub. But hopefully that'll improve as the years go on. Upcoming bowl games. I'm definitely looking forward to that Alabama-Michigan coming up on Tuesday at 9 a.m. I'll wake up early for that one. Both teams that aren't what they used to be, but still they're going to fight like hell to win that bowl game. And I'm actually quite interested to see if Michigan, plays hard in that game or if Alabama routs them, but it could be a pretty close one. Second down and 6 with 2 minutes. Now we're about to get to the 2-minute warning here unless Kyler hikes it. I'll probably just let it run down. All right, 2-minute warning. I got to go check up on Paisley real quick. So I will be right back before we get into the second half. And I don't even know if Colorado deserves the spinning logo with a 0, but we'll give it to you for now. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a water and I'll be check up on Paisley and we'll be good to go. All right, I'm back. Okay, got Paisley some dinner, some hugs, and some kisses. She got a little snack. All right, we got 151 left. Looks like Cardinals are going to punt. Fourth punt for the Cardinals. And hopefully we'll get back into the Valero Alamo Bowl, and hopefully Travis Hunter can get in the end zone at least once or twice to be somewhat respectable. But Deion's definitely not gaining any points, based off coaching. They do talk a lot, but what kind of results are we getting? Yeah, there's another really badass white one of Dylan Gabriel that has like 8, 9, or 10 different like player images on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 or 6 different player images and everything. Pretty cool looking. And usually a lot of these custom hoodies don't cost too much. They're usually like $30 to $50, so it's not too bad. But they are, depending on who you buy it from, but some of them are very clean. I just usually prefer black hoodies and, rather than white, but white does pop. You just got to be careful when you eat so you don't get a stain on it and then ruin it. So, snap infraction there. 5-yard penalty. Third down. And hopefully, I don't know why are the bowl games and halftime so fucking long? Like every bowl game's half is like the Super Bowl. I don't understand. Like, shouldn't it just be like the standard amount of time? Puka, close to that first down marker. Rams up 7-0 on the Cardinals as we wait for the Cougars and the Buffaloes to get back into this and to the second half. In the Valero Alamo Bowl, which was been a great performance by BYU, as well as Puka Nacua there. First down, Rams. But talking about shitting the bed, Colorado with a 0. Travis Hunter hasn't really had enough opportunities to show what he can do, and the offensive line, the defense, and Shedeur Sanders looks terrible. It looks like we're getting back into the action, so let me flip these screens. All right, turn the volume down on this one and keep up to tabs on this other one. I got to do some maneuvering here. Turn the volume up. All right, here we go. Seven for 10, 70 passing yards, huh? Is that good? Greg Oden back in Portland tonight. First time in a long time. What could have been? Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, Greg Oden. Or if we would have took Kevin Durant, what could have been? Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kevin Durant. Even though Durant would have never stayed in Portland after his rookie deal, but could have maybe made a couple Western Conference finals, and who knows, maybe even an NBA finals if those guys could have stayed healthy for at least 1 year together. All right, BYU kicking off to Colorado, and they are going to need a miracle to come back in this one. We're at 11:89 to go. 7-0 Rams with 39 seconds left. Second down and 3. Shotgun set for Stafford. Floater. Incomplete. Intended receiver, Puka Nacua. Good special teams there by the Cougars. Yeah. Insurance, it has to be in the millions. First down and 10 on the Colorado 17. Get the ball to Travis Hunter, damn it. Let's go. Travis Hunter could be the first pick in the draft. You know, he could be second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. I mean, whoever grabs him is going to get a player. But you know, you don't really know what you're going to be getting from him, you know, based on position. I think the most surprising thing would be he says, I want to play corner and we're not going to play wide receiver anymore, you know. And obviously he's got the versatility to play wide receiver, corner, punt returner, kick returner. You know, obviously his strong suit is wide receiver, but he still would be a decent corner. But I don't think he would be a Pro Bowl All-Pro corner right out of the gates. He might be able to develop into one, but definitely a better receiver than corner, but we'll see what happens with him. But it sounds like, you know, based off his attitude and everything else, as long as he doesn't get injured, he should pan out on whatever role he has with a football team, just like Ashton Genty will pan out. But for Shedeur Sanders, I don't know, man. Definitely gives me Caleb Williams kind of vibes, where kind of you're overhyped a little bit and whatnot. If you're more of a me guy than a team guy, that's a big red flag. First down and 10 on the Colorado 32. Sanders, where are you going? 12 noon. You know what time it is? Another Cougar sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. And Cougars everywhere. I mean, I'm already used to watching bad offensive lines operate, you know, in the college football ranks, the NFL ranks, in my own fucking division, in other divisions. Yeah, but if I'm the Giants or the Raiders, give me a hard pass on Shedeur Sanders. Second down and 14. Sanders. Oh, intercepted! Oh my God, what an athletic pick by BYU! Evan Johnson. Oh my. Will the real Shedeur Sanders please stand up? Goodness. He went from being the first pick as a quarterback, top 5 pick, to looking like he might be undraftable. Man, you look terrible, my guy. Big hit and great athleticism there by Johnson to come up there. Yeah, but even if Cam goes to the Giants or the Raiders, that's not going to turn it around. It's like, oh, you can throw to Malik Neighbors or Brock Bowers, but you need a hell of a lot more than that. You know, both of those teams don't really have a whole lot to work with. Offensive lines need to be improved. Defenses need to be improved. Skill position players need to be improved. I mean, I guess for the Raiders, you got Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers to start off with, but you know, you need a hell of a lot more than that. Second down and 5 on the 50. 20-0 BYU. Colorado came into this game enjoying a vacation. BYU is coming for fucking blood. Short game. And then in 20 minutes, the Blazers and Mavericks are going to come on, so I have to flip that on too. Third down and 3 on the Colorado 48. Trips right. And I like what the Cougars are doing on offense. They're definitely, mixing up their looks in the playbook. And obviously their offensive line is giving them enough time to go through their progressions and going through the offense, which obviously Colorado decided not to work on that side of the football, and it shows. I mean, it's one thing to not have a defense that can stop a nosebleed, but you don't want your offensive line to be worse than your defense or on the same level. Nice throw by Jake there. First down and 10, Cougars. Shotgun set. Handoff. Got one blocker in front of him. Short gain. Second down. Iowa and Missouri and the Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl. Iowa got any chance of winning that, Sarah? Or are you guys going to get blown out? What do you think? Obviously, one team is ranked and one isn't, but I guess it really depends on what Iowa team shows up. Going deep, one-on-one, and complete. Third down and 5. Pass incomplete to Darius Lassiter. Jake Retzlaff, first openly Jewish quarterback in college football as a starter. And he's imposing his will on this Buffalo defense. Third down and 5. Shotgun set. Little bootleg. Lassiter, first down, Cougars. Man, Colorado looks uninspired. They're just ready for the game to end so they can go to the club. Like, that's really what it looks like. Not a good look for Dion and the Colorado Buffaloes. Like, they don't even look like they want to be there. And sometimes you get that, but, normally you get that when, Shooter Sanders and Travis Hunter decided to opt out for the NFL and they don't have anyone left and they have a bunch of backups, But last time I checked, all the Sanders are playing, Shiloh, Shador, and Travis Hunter. Shows you need more than just a couple guys on offense and a couple guys on defense. That ain't going to cut it on any level. Cutting it back. Getting past Travis Hunter there. Second down and 7 on the Colorado 17, and they're threatening again with another field goal or touchdown waiting in the wings. I hope the Huskies win on Tuesday as well. I'll be watching that game. What is it? Huskies, who is it? Louisville? Is that who you guys are playing? Who are the Huskies playing in the bowl game? Shotgun set. Bohannon. Short gain. Third down and 3 on the Colorado 13. Yeah, it is Louisville. Your boy's got decent memory. I'm not going to remember everything, but 3rd down and 3 on the Colorado 13. BYU imposing their will on this very lackluster performance from the Buffaloes. Handoff right up the middle. Touchdown, Cougars. This is getting embarrassing. Oh, my. Who's going to want to go to Colorado after this? And you might as well have all your players transfer out, because once Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, and Travis Hunter are no longer there, what do you have left? And again, Dion is probably thinking about moving on to another team, the NFL or somewhere else, because this is embarrassing. If I knew this was going to happen, I would have did the Miami game at 12:30. At least that way that we would have been entertained. I mean, the turnout might have been a little bit lower, but at least I would have been entertained throughout the whole game. Extra point is up. And good. 27-0 Cougars. Man, those Mormons ain't playing around. Kicking ass and taking names. All right, let's go over a review of earlier today. Chargers 40, Patriots 7 in a beatdown. Bengals 30, Broncos 24 in OT. We got Rams 10, Cardinals 0 at halftime. And then let's go to the bowl games. Obviously, we have this one, 27-0 BYU in the Alamo Bowl. Army is up 7-0 on Louisiana Tech in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. Say that 10 times fast. UConn beat North Carolina 27-14 in the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. And these names are just ridiculous. Then you got Nebraska beating Boston College 20-15 in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. It's like they just keep adding more and more things to it. TCU beat Louisiana 34-3 in the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. Pop-Tarts Bowl, Iowa State won 42-41 in the best game of the day. Miami of Ohio beat Colorado State 43-17 in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Everyone watched that one. And then in the Go Bowling Military Bowl, East Carolina beat NC State 26-21. Thank God for Iowa State Miami to keep my sanity today. Kraken ended up getting a big win, 5-4 on the road in OT against the Canucks. Go Kraken. They're still a bad squad this year, but I'll still root for them. And then Blazers are about to start here in about 12 minutes, so I got to flip that on. Blazers still one of the bottom 5 teams, but it's not due to talent. They have the talent. It's just, they need better coaching and more defense and rebounding. Tough guys, and we don't have enough of those. But I am happy that when I ended up going to the game with my buddy that they put on a good performance. And, it was a little suspect at the end when, Jazz went on a run, but, we found a way. I got a good winning percentage. Highest winning percentage, American, Big 10, MAC, Big 12, SEC, Sun Belt, Conference USA, Mountain West, ACC, and Pac-12. Now, Iowa State and Miami reminded me of Lions and Bills, where it was just like a score and then a score, a score and then a score, a score and a score. And when you can get that, where it's 21-21, 28-28, and, it goes back and forth, you got something cooking in that game. Like, who's going to want to play for Deion Sanders in Colorado? Like, what's going to make people want to go to this school? Really? Especially when Shedeur and Shiloh and Travis are no longer there. I just don't really see, any type of success for Dion, recruiting wise. Because again, if they're watching this game, I mean, is this what you have to look forward to? You got your best players playing and you're at 0? I mean, it's all good if you want to talk the talk, but you got to be able to walk the walk. Dion was able to do that when he was a player, but as a coach. And maybe this is a little sports karma, them getting punished on giving Travis Hunter the Heisman. Should have went to Genty. And maybe if they would have gave the award to Genty, maybe Colorado has points right now. Sports gods don't let go and they don't forget. Yeah, but you got to think, though, with the offensive line that you have, it's not like you guys are going to, just like Tampa, if you guys were to make it, do you really want to get embarrassed in the first round and lose by 30? I don't think the Bucks or the Hawks would really want that, Of course, making the playoffs and winning the division rather than not is a fun thing to, shoot forward, but I don't know if anyone really wants to win the division with a 9-8 record, 10-7 record, and then go to the playoffs and get absolutely fucking crushed. Or like being like Colorado today and fucking putting up a 0. Not a good look. No, again, if they address the problems that they have, they'll be able to win the division outright. Cardinals aren't very good. Niners, that run might be over. You're still going to have to battle the Rams every year, but Sean McVay ain't no dummy. First down and 10. Buffalo fan said, what the fuck did I spend the money on this? Can you imagine spending like $1,000 on these seats to watch your team put up a 0 and to give up on defense and not even show any effort? I don't think this is the first time in college football that out of all the bowl games that I've watched, good teams, bad teams, this is the first one that the team has given up. And we have 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Absolutely no effort. What an embarrassment. I wish someone would have gave me the memo that they were not going to try today. I wouldn't have done this game. We would have just done the Rams and Cardinals instead. Or maybe the Broncos Bengals earlier, or the Pop-Tarts Bowl with Iowa State and Miami. That's better than this. They're going in the wrong direction. Third down. We're at 11:89 to go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Where are we at the likes? If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 20 before the stream ends if you can. Takes 1 second to show some love. We only need, 3 more? So if you are in the room and haven't done it yet, please do. Now we only need 2 more. We're at 18. Thank you so much. 2 more to go. Floater. There we go. Travis Hunter. Touchdown, Buffaloes, and that's why he should be the first pick in the draft. Oh, my. I mean, Shedeur Sanders is fucking goddamn terrible, but again, if you could just give Travis Hunter the ball, it doesn't have to be a long or intermediate pass. It can be a short route. He can do the rest with his legs and his athleticism, just like he did in the first half and just like he did right there. Travis Hunter makes Shedeur Sanders, just like Mike Evans made Johnny Football, and sometimes we think that the other player is better. But in reality, the receivers are making the quarterback, not the other way around. What a juke there by Travis. There we go. Thank you, Travis. And Shedeur at least had one okay throw that got to our star player. There we go, baby. We were waiting for this all night. Let him cook, baby. And again, Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty have the best vision after the catch. And again, if you got good vision and good agility, great athleticism, then you can end up making big plays look really, really easy, like Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty do every single game that they play. Facts. 27-7. Well, I'm glad they're not at a 0 anymore. My God. Yeah, very, very fast. Worthy type of speed, yeah. And build. Maybe a little bit more muscular than Worthy, though. Worthy is a little bit smaller. All right, laser game is coming on in 5 minutes. Still 10-0 Rams. A little check down by Kyler. All right, I got the Blazer game on. I got the Rams and Cardinals on. And then we got BYU and Colorado on. Your boy's multitasking. So Giants, Patriots, Jags, Titans, Browns, Raiders, Bears, Panthers, Jets, Saints. A lot of bad teams that need to improve. Oh, thank God, Travis. Man, I mean, this is the reason I'm here. I wasn't here for Shiloh. I wasn't here for Shador. I was here for Travis only. Thank God. Man. And it took me forever. I tried to find a Travis Hunter image that I could, put on there. But after like 30 minutes of going through like 50 different, photos, I couldn't really. I had one where I almost got it, but like half of the shoulder was missing. And then if I was going to blow up the photo, it would have been way too big for the player image. It would have been just like a big ass helmet at the bottom of the screen. So, but that's what I was shooting for. But then I had to settle for either the Shiloh or the Shador. So. Still 10-0 Rams. Laser game about to start. And good awareness by Shador Sanders to get the ball to Travis Hunter, just in the nick of time. All right, Cougars, your turn. Bouncing it to the outside. There we go. Colorado's defense finally showing some passion and energy. I mean, hell, if you got Warren Sapp on the sideline yelling and screaming at you, if that doesn't motivate you, then I don't know what will. But a lot of these kids might be too young where they didn't even see Warren play or respect what Warren did, for the Bucks and the Raiders. Too many egos with these young kids. Shotgun set. Handoff. Seven-yard gain for Martin. 3rd down and 6 at the BYU 32. First and goal for the Cardinals. Trying to get Trey McBride a touchdown for the season, huh? It's like, how do you have all these catches with no touchdowns? Third down and 6. Man in motion, shotgun set. Bootleg, rolling to his left, keeping his eyes downfield, decides to run it. First down, Cougars. Move the chains. Retzloff with the great play there. Move the chains, Cougars. Third and goal for the Cardinals. For Kyler Murray and Trey McBride. First down and 10, 27-7. Cougars. Third and goal. Let's see if the Cardinals can punch this in. Little bootleg. Steps up, runs away from 4 Colorado Buffs. Go, baby, go. What undisciplined defense for the Buffaloes. Wow. First down, Cougars. And there's a flag in the Cardinal-Ram game. Trey McBride is pointing at the Rams. Retzloff, it says, fuck it, I'll just take it myself. I mean, players take on the identity of their head coach. I mean, if you got a cocky fucker that is going to be talking shit the whole time, you know, then the players are going to be a splitting image of that, you know. So sometimes it's better, you know, to have a coach like a Dan Campbell, you know, where he's going to ride or die with you. You know, he's going to do the drills with you, you know. There's different types of coaching, you know, some with intelligence and some with, you know, passion and being loud. And also setting an example, you know, and leading by example. Some teams, you know, are a mirror image of their coach and some are not. But I don't think Deion's got any loyalty to Colorado. If the Dallas Cowboys called and said, hey, we're firing our whole staff, how about you come over and be our head coach? You think he would say no? Fuck no. Second down and 5. But it's not like Deion Sanders would be able to turn the Cowboys around. There we go. Finally, a good gang tackle by the Buffaloes. Nice to see effort on that side of the ball, finally. Third down. Touchdown, Trey McBride. His first touchdown of the season, I believe. There we go, Trey. It's like you have a bajillion catches and you hit 1,000 yards. And it's like, all I need is a tutty. There it is. Good play call there by the Cardinals. Third down and 10. Timeout called. And did they miss the extra point and did it get blocked? I see the Rams celebrating right now, and it's still 10-6, so I assume they missed it. Or they went for 2 and didn't get it. What happened? Did they go for 2 or did they go for the extra point and it got blocked? All I saw is the Rams celebrating when I clicked it over. Not good. Come on, Cardinals. 27-7 Cougars. 10-6 Rams over the Cardinals. And then we got the Mavericks and Blazers that are going to be coming on here for me in a second. more likes to 20. Let's get there at 18. 2 more to go. Oh, they're doing the SpongeBob special again. Live from Bikini Bottom in January on Nickelodeon. Third down and 10. Nice cutback. There you go. Go. The 20, the 10, another cutback. Wow. First down, Cougars. You got to be careful, though, spinning around multiple times like that. That's how you tear an ACL. I don't know about 10 receivers. I mean, there's been some, notable names that are always fun to watch. Jamar Chase is must-see TV. Justin Jefferson, must-see TV. Even though Amon Ra didn't get the ball as much this year, always must-see TV. Mike Evans, must-see TV. I mean, it's kind of all about preference on, what you like. And, if you got any good players like that on your own favorite team. And JSN has had a good year this year. I wish Godwin never got hurt. I mean, there's a lot of talent at the wide receiver position. So, I like what AJ Brown and Devontae Smith bring, to the Eagles. I mean, there's plenty of, receivers that are out there. I feel like the most elite receiver that is getting the short end of the stick is definitely Garrett Wilson, because I think that if he actually had a capable quarterback, he could put up top 5, top 10 stats. But, having Aaron Rodgers or someone worse ain't going to cut it. Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers is not good enough for Garrett Wilson to be able to show that he's top 5, top 10. So, but I like a lot of the wide receiver twos as well. Addison, Godwin, Devontae Smith, guys that might not be the number one, but they play like a one. End of the third quarter, 27-7, Cougars. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb, Puka, Cooper Kupp. I mean, there's a bunch. Yeah, I can't forget about Jeddah. Jeddah's at the top. Normally number 1 or number 2. I mean, obviously Jamar Chase and Burrow have had a good connection this year, but Scary Terry's had a fantastic year with Jaden Daniels. Thank God, for Jaden. Otherwise, Scary Terry would probably be in depression mode or wanting to be on another team. 4th down and 1 here for the Rams as we're on commercial break going into the 4th quarter. Colorado down by 20. Hopefully Travis Hunter can get in the end zone at least one more time. underrated, guys that I think that are going to get better and better and better. Like Lad McConkey, that's another one. I feel that if he didn't get hurt, his numbers would be much higher as well. And, at some point or another, that'll probably turn into Keenan Allen. That'll be like the main target for Herbert, even if they end up getting a big body receiver or if they end up getting other players. Like a lot of times it ends up being based off trust, hands, route running, trust. And I really like what Lad McConkey has been able to do. Yeah, well, they need more consistent quarterback play for them to get recognized. Downs has got a skill set like Pittman and a lot of the others, but, going from, AR, good AR to bad AR to Flacco, back to AR, it's like, they need a better quarterback play. And once they get better quarterback play, then those receivers and skill position players will get more pub and more love. Oreo, so Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, Jamar Chase, he just throws in casually Jermaine Kearse, like no one will notice. And he says, and Doug Baldwin. That's just a Seattle fan in you. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. was fantastic, underrated, underappreciated. I mean, everyone thought it was going to be Marvin, but it wasn't, Yeah, maybe you should start recruiting offensive line and defense instead of worrying about quarterback, running back, wide receiver so much, Dion. It's a team game. And if you really think about it, if they didn't have, Shiloh or Shedeur or Travis, what kind of record does Colorado have? Like, really? How many wins do they have? Like 1, 2, 3? Not many. 3rd down and 11. Retzloff keeping his eyes downfield. Intercepted! Big pick for Colorado, and that's exactly what they needed. 3rd pick for Colorado, but can you turn this into points? Yeah, Higgins is good. Higgins could be a 1 on another team if they need one. Obviously, a very good complementary number 2 if a superstar is already there. And if you already have 2 really good players, he could end up being that piece that, takes your trio over the top as being maybe the best trio in the league. I mean, imagine if you have T. Higgins and he's your 3rd best receiver on the team. Then you're cooking. Sidearm throw, not enough arm strength. And you obviously have to have more arm strength on a throw like that. Well, I think everyone was going to see it, Captain. Going deep, 1-on-3, and complete. Said, let me go to Travis Hunter with 3 fucking guys on him. Who cares? And he can still catch that. Yeah, look at his separation. Like, even when he doesn't really want to, it looks like he's trying. He still is, galloping like a gazelle. He's just so much faster than everyone else on the football field. I wonder if he'll even play corner or special teams or if he'll just strictly be a receiver. Because obviously if you play receiver and corner, playing more than one position, you have a higher probability of getting injured, right? So I'm not really sure. It's not like he's going to play half the game at receiver and then the other half at corner. I mean, if he was able to do something like that and be elite on both sides of the ball and play the whole game, then he would be like, modern day Bo Jackson or something. except, obviously Bo did it with baseball and football, but, it'd be like a Shohei Ohtani kind of, comparison. But we wouldn't, I don't think we could even fathom that. Like, all of a sudden you play all the plays on offense, and then when the team goes on defense, you play all the plays on defense. Be like some superhuman shit. Floater, bobbled, and ripped to the ground by a couple Cougs. 4th down. Yeah, unfortunately, with Miami and Tyreek and Waddle, their stat lines definitely regressed quite a bit. They're not the same players as they were before, and hopefully that'll change, as the years go on. But I mean, if you go look at Tyreek's stat line and Waddle's stat line, it's not what we're used to. And obviously that's going to depend on having a healthy Tua. But even when you have a healthy Tua, no guarantees that those guys have good stat lines. It's definitely they had their moments, and I don't know if we'll ever see the good versions again. Hopefully. 27-7 Cougars. (10-6) Rams. 2nd down and 1 for Kyler. Shotgun set. Kyler hands off. 1st down. Cardinals. Move the chains. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third. 10-6 Rams. 27-7 Cougars up on the Buffaloes. Blazers up by 4. Let's go. Ayton with the bounce. Let's go, baby. Guys that really needed to be able to put on a good performance when I went to go see the Jazz that, we maybe don't trust on a game in, game out basis with Ayton and Scoot. And they ended up having very good games for the Blazers for us to get that dub. Section that we were in was great. Cheer sticks were blown up and used. It was a fun fucking day, let me tell you. Well, Abdul Carter, he's a beast. Obviously, Will Johnson, we've already heard about him for the last couple of years. Mason Graham as well from Michigan. And then Genty there at the end. One guy doesn't belong. Shedeur Sanders. Everyone else does. Shotgun set. Little screen pass. Nice block there. Runs over a player. First down. Cougars. Move the chains. Yeah, so many good things, though. Arcade, good food, Bay's Chicken, Blazer game. And then at the end of the game, I ended up meeting up with one of my old friends that I used to work with my friend Justin. We all worked at the same place where we did the Verizon, cable internet and phone to business owners in New York and Boston. And I haven't seen Greg in like 5-6 years. And, one of the last times I saw him, I was getting ready to go to like a Duck game, and I went to like Dick's Sporting Goods, and in the parking lot, randomly, I hadn't seen him at that point for like a year, and he parked right in front of me, which was, I don't know what the chances of that happening in a full parking lot are, but, and same thing, out of 20,000 people, leaving the game, what are the chances that I end up seeing my friend that I haven't seen in 5 to 6 years? Pretty wild. It was a fantastic day, let me tell you. First down and 15. 12 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Cougars with a beat down by 20, and hopefully Colorado with pride will play a little bit better on defense, but it doesn't look like it. And he almost goes into the house. Shoestring tackle by Colorado. A poor effort by the Buffalo defense. Just because you hire Warren Sapp ain't going to solve those fucking problems. But hopefully we get Travis Hunter in the end zone one more time. They're going to lose this game, but if I can get Hunter in with one more big 50-plus yard tutty, that will make, it won't make this game good, but it'll at least make me feel a little bit better about the game. Yeah, I'm actually interested to see who ends up being Michael's favorite target. Is it going to be Kyle Pitts and for the check down at the tight end, and then Pitts will actually be relevant for the first time in his career? Is it going to be Drake London or Mooney, which would be an obvious choice? And obviously a quarterback's best friend is going to be a good O-line and a good running back. You already got Bijan, and then Algier can, catch the ball and is a good change of pace back. So it'll be very interesting to see who ends up being his favorite target. Obviously, more than likely, London, Mooney, or Pitts. And obviously Pitts doesn't really get a whole lot of targets, at least with the Kirk Cousins era and in the previous era with other quarterbacks that they had, right? With Desmond Ridder, but maybe Pitts will be a favorite for Penix. Touchdown, Cougars. What a piss poor effort by the Buffaloes. Wow. It's like I feel like I'm watching seniors go against fifth graders. What the fuck is going on here? L.J. Martin with a 9-yard rushing TD. When he should have been tackled to the ground at the 3, they just were hugging him into the end zone. Terrible. Chief with a $4 holla. Appreciate you, my guy. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. Let me know what you want to do for some photos. I got you, my guy. $4 holla. I don't know what we're at on the likes or the donos, but hopefully we're getting close to the goals. 15.85 to go on the dono goal. And then if you smash the like button for me, Chief, I think we're very close to hitting the like goal of 20. 2-point conversion, picked. And Shiloh stepped out. But one thing is for sure, the Falcons-Commanders game tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football will be fun. That's going to be a real fun one, I think. And Penix will get his first touchdown pass in his career tomorrow. Come on, Shiloh. Don't you have any awareness on the sideline? My God. Could have been a fucking 2-point return. 33-7 BYU. And then Monday, obviously, will be Lions-Niners, and we know the Lions will, even if they play backups, they're going to beat the Niners. I don't really know what to expect out of that one, but, And then after that, we have Penn State, Boise State, college football playoff, and then we have Ohio State, Oregon. So, a couple NFL games, couple college football games. I'm excited. $33-7 BYU. All right, let me flip over to the Cardinals game here. Cardinals and Rams, still 10-6. Fourth quarter just started. 3rd down and 3 for Arizona. Obviously, Rams trying to win this game, knowing that they have Seattle next week, trying to keep their position at the top. And Hawk fans praying for a miracle that the Cardinals can find a way to win this game by 3, and Seattle can find a way to beat the Rams and keep their playoff hopes alive. Kyler scrambling, gambling, chase from behind, and complete. Appreciate you, Chief with Chief. Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. He's kind of good. If I was a Chiefs fan, this would have been my first jersey. Obviously, you could always get the Mahomes and the Kelsey and all that, but yeah, this would have been the first one by far that I would have gotten. Besides throwback ones, Derek Thomas would have been number 1, and obviously this one. Christian Okoye would have been a fire throwback too. Like Christian Okoye, I like Derek Thomas, but Chris Jones, that's my dude. All right, baby. 33-7. Cougars. All right, Colorado. I don't even know if you deserve a spinning logo, but just crazy that Colorado is putting up points as if Shedeur, Shiloh, and Travis said, no, we're not playing. I just, 7 points and you got everyone out there. I mean, for a team that talks as much as they do, this is the first college football team I've seen give up. And again, you're ranked 23rd out of 100 Division I schools, right? There's teams that are much lower than you that didn't quit. I know if I was a high school or college player and, Colorado had interest in me, no thanks. I wouldn't want to go there. Even with Travis Hunter winning the Heisman there under Dion, it doesn't seem like it has good culture or vibes. It almost feels like the Raiders, like it's kind of dysfunctional. Like, yeah, you can have good players there from time to time, but overall, the product is dysfunctional. It's a dysfunctional family. Pass intercepted. Oh, and he does the little Dion shuffle after the pick. Oh, Glasgow. He said, fuck you, Dion. You got a flag on the play. straight hit him with the Dion shuffle after the fucking pick. I was waiting for someone to do that at some point or another. You know, and it shows you it's like karma. You know, if you talk a lot, you know, you will get burnt. You know, it's always better, you know, to, you know, reflect and be a little bit more aware and be a little bit quieter, you know. And, you know, and obviously speaking words of encouragement instead of just talking shit all the time, you know. Think about how many pregame speeches Dion has where he's delusional, you know. Like some of the players are probably in awe of him because he's Deion Sanders, but if the message isn't genuine, you know, it's just going to go in one ear out the other. Just a bunch of rah-rah, you know, bullshit. Like, you know, if you ended up working in sales or like in a sports team, you know, those meetings that you have before your day starts, you can definitely tell when the meeting is legit and genuine or if it's just a bunch of bullshit to try to get you fake motivated to sell for the company. It's under video review for this pick. And 9 Rams, Cardinals down by 1. And they're doing the review, so we'll flip over to this other game here. Oh, Andre Johnson, D-Hop, they were all awesome there on Houston. Like they had shitty quarterbacks like Schaub that they had to, you know, get some moments here and there, but, you know, until they started throwing pick sixes almost every fucking game. Like I knew when Carr got drafted by them that he wasn't going to pan out. David, you know, first pick in the draft, same time period like around Joey Harrington too, going to the Lions. Like, you know, if you got no offensive line, you know, you were going to fail no matter what. And unfortunately, that's what happened with Carr and Harrington. You know, if they would have went to other teams, you know, maybe they could have been backups longer than they were. You know. And that's why it's so important to be able to go to a team that's got somewhat of a structure. Like to think like Kellen Clemens from Burns, Oregon, that's a 2A school, lasted longer in the NFL as a starter or a backup than Joey Harrington did, you know, who was in the Heisman running. So sometimes going to bad teams can really literally end your career. Getting happy feet and getting fucking sacked too much. Nice little flip there to Kyron on 1st down and 10. 2nd down. Yeah, I mean, after watching the tape and, you know, it's like Johnny Football was great because of Mike Evans, but we all thought Johnny, you know, made Mike, but Mike made Johnny. And the same thing with Travis Hunter. If Shedeur Sanders did not have Travis Hunter there, like, are we even really talking about Shedeur Sanders besides being Deion's son? Probably not. You know, I mean, I literally took the guy that fucking won the Heisman that's playing 2 positions to kind of, you know, give him a little bit of awareness in pub. So it's like, I don't think necessarily Shedeur Sanders is terrible, but I wouldn't take him over Cam Ward. I wouldn't take him over Quinn Ewers if he comes out and is eligible. And I definitely wouldn't take him over Travis Hunter. Hell, I wouldn't even take Shedeur Sanders in the 2nd or 3rd round. It'd be a pass. Not that he would slide that far, but I feel like whoever gets him is not going to be a good fit. So good luck to the Raiders and Giants if you are thinking about grabbing a player like that. Good luck. I mean, shit, you could even have Shedeur Sanders go to the Niners and have it not work out. And they have all kinds of supporting cast and coaching. Offensive line, tight end, wide receivers, running backs. You know, they get hurt a lot, but if they can stay healthy, I mean, I wouldn't even trust him there, even in like a good scenario. But of course, if you end up getting picked top 5, you're going to a, you know, not a shithole, but, you know, you're going to a team that, you know, teams in the top 10 that have a lot of fucking work to do. 1st down and 10. Short game. 1st down and 20 for the Rams. 2nd down and 5 on the Colorado 26. And, you know, it also depends on what positions are needed based off those teams at the top. Like, what's a priority? And again, just because one thing is a priority, interception by the Cardinals, but a flag on the play. Decent return after the pick, but I don't know if it'll count. There you go. Nice cutback. Nice vision. BYU trying to go for blood and get to 40. They're trying to put up a 40 burger on Dion. And this is one of the poorest performances I've seen. I mean, we already, seen Dion talk, and they ended up going like 3-0, 4-0, played Oregon. We beat the brakes off of them, and then you didn't really hear him talk after that. It's like, we're not playing for goddamn clicks. And they were better this year, but for whatever reason, the offensive line and the defense decided to not show up today. I mean, Colorado is literally playing like if Washington State ended up losing their quarterback and losing 20 to 30 guys in the portal and their coach. This is the type of performance that you're getting. And even Washington State is playing better than what Colorado's showing. Like, shit, their quarterback played pretty good. The interim head coach had them fired up. They had 20 to 30 guys in the portal, and they still fucking played hard. Why can't Colorado play hard? It's like sometimes being a mirror image of your head coach is not good. If it's Dan Campbell, that's good, right? Being a mirror image of your coach and feeding off that energy. But I think being a mirror image of Deion Sanders, even with Travis Hunter being the Heisman, that might not be the reputation that you want to be known as Deion. It's one thing to be flashy, but I mean, are you a leader? Are you a good play caller? Are you actually a good motivator of young men? Or is it more of about him than the kids deep down? The success that he has, even though he wants to say it's about the kids, it's about the kids, it's about the kids. Easy to say when you got your two sons playing for you. But what happens when they're not there and Travis Hunter's not there and you have 3 wins on the season? Then what? But I don't know. Maybe a little sports karma that Genty was more deserving. Hunter still ended up making the play to get him in the end zone, but 33-7 is, they're about to put up a 40 burger. How the hell is this team 9-3? That's my question. It's not like BYU's defense is like top 5 in the country. Like, I wish that the Iowa State-Miami game was this time slot and we got that right now. And we would have still got that same amazing score that we ended up having. But, still wanted to be able to evaluate, 2 out of the potential top 5 picks. And, one guy played as good as he could have based on limited opportunities, Travis Hunter, and the other, maybe the draft stock is going to slide now based off this performance. But it should be a kind of a reality check for those teams that are in the top 10. If you don't got a good owner, and you don't got a good head coach, and you don't got a good O-line, and you don't got a good defense, and then you end up drafting Shedeur Sanders based on what he has shown today, you're going to get the same type of shit in the NFL, except it's going to be obviously more eyeballs on you and more criticism. 4th down and 11. Kick is up, and good. 36-7. Cougars. Those Mormons don't play around. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Did we hit 20 yet? We got to be close. You're only like 1 or 2 away. Did we get there? We need 1 more. If you're in the room and haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Bang, boom, shakalaka. There it is. Thank you so much. We hit it. So we had at least 1 goal. We're at 20, and then I think we're at, what are we at, 15? 85 to go on the dono train. 10-9 Rams. Seahawk fans are salivating for a Ram fuck-up here. Screen pass, Puka. And you're going to have to rip the ball out if you're the Cardinals. They've shown that they can get interceptions. Sometimes they count, sometimes they don't, but you're going to have to punch the football out. Their best chance would be to try to punch it out against Puka, Cooper Kupp, or Kyron, but I don't know if you're going to get a strip sack and a punch out of Stafford. 3rd down and 2. 9 minutes left, and then as soon as the Cougar game ends, if we still have time left on the NFL game, I will finish the play-by-play and reactions with the NFL matchup. I mean, we still got a couple minutes longer in this Rams game, but you never know. Commercials can always make things last longer. Man in motion, shotgun set, screen pass. Wow, what a catch, and he falls down. If he didn't get led like that, that could have ended up being a big gainer. Was that Higbee? It's like, why did he? Yeah, Higbee was in motion, and why did Stafford throw it? He had to turn himself around. Arizona State beat Iowa State 45-19. And Arizona State was projected to finish last in the conference. Dead last by multiple people. Shame on you for sleeping on the Pac-12. Everyone's a hater to the Pac-12. Big 10, SEC, Big 12, ACC. Like, they don't like seeing us have success. And we usually have the most travel time on top of that, too, which is a disadvantage. Nice catch. Puka with a big gain. Uh-oh. Seahawk fans punching the air right now. Because the Cardinals aren't going to win. I think that's a realization that's starting to come to light, you know. Like, you might be able to hang with them in the matchup against them, but I don't see any scenario of the Cardinals beating the Rams here tonight. But you never know. Stafford throws it into the turf. Incomplete. Shepard is down. I wonder if he got concussed. Wester is there making sure that he's okay. Where's Travis Hunter? Where's Shador? Where's Shiloh? We don't give no fucks about injuries. We care about ourselves. Like, come over there. Check up on your fucking teammate. Now Travis Hunter talking shit with a BYU player. Like, how about check up on your player, your friend? He said, nah. I'm just going to go talk some shit. Yeah, you know, I'll be watching the Reese's Senior Bowl. That actually is like the, you know, they obviously do like the East-West game. I love all that shit. I mean, if you guys are like myself and others in the room, like some people are going to watch a lot, you know, even, you know, games that they have no business of watching just for the love of the game and the players that you want to watch. But I always enjoy the Reese's Senior Bowl every year. You know, it's a good opportunity to evaluate seniors, and some of them end up being, you know, you know, draft picks first 3 rounds, and sometimes they end up being rounds 4 through 7, but play like they should have been drafted in the first 3. 12 noon, you know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. They said, fuck Dion, fuck Colorado. We're a bunch of Mormons. Fuck y'all. Nice tackle by Hesera. 4th and goal. At least you're holding the Rams to a field goal attempt here. So maybe the Cardinals can win. I was about to say, if they got a touchdown, no chance. But field goal here. Oh, yeah, you're in business still, Hawk fans. Kick is up right down the middle, and good. And you notice with kickers, they're not kicking it as hard as they can anymore. Sometimes they're just kicking it for, like, location, because they know if they kick it as hard as they can, that's when they start shanking. Just like that kick that we saw right there. Shador, plenty of time. Check down. Hit him with a juke. Down the sideline. Good gain there by the Buffs. Tackle him. First down, Buffaloes. Move the Giants. Yeah, I love Reese's Senior Bowl, though. When is the Reese's Senior Bowl? Floater. The only bad memory that I have with like some of those games, like, Senior Bowl and things like that, is when Kobe Bryant died. I was doing live stream when he died with the helicopter crash. And, it was at that time period where there was like an event like the Senior Bowl that was on. I don't know if I was doing multiple streams that day. Like I was doing one and I was going to lead to another. But that's one like kind of a memory that I have. Rest in peace, Kobe. But other than the Kobe tragedy, Senior Bowls end up, typically living up to the billing. So Saturday, February 1st. Nice. Can't wait. Second and goal. Shotgun set. Floater. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Garbage touchdown at the end of the game. But it almost didn't even feel like a touchdown. Like they got a touchdown, but like nobody got excited. No one celebrated. I mean, I know you're getting your ass kicked 36-7, but it almost felt like I was watching like a play that they were practicing pregame. Was that a touchdown? I mean, at least you got a little bit of emotion by the guy that caught it on the ground. Extra point is up and good. 36-14 Cougars. All right, 13-9 Rams. 6:33. The Kyler needs to go. If James Conner was playing, then maybe this game would be won by Arizona. But maybe they can get Trey McBride in the end zone for his second career touchdown. Maybe he goes for another one. Wow, Rams with the block extra point, unbelievable. 13-9. Another low-scoring, underwhelming game on the NFL side, but could end up being a little exciting here at the end, though. Get the ball to Marvin. Kind of weird to see Marvin not get the ball from Kyler. If you're going to draft a player that high and not get him the ball, like imagine Justin Herbert having Ladd McConkey and him saying, nah, I'm just going to go to Quentin all day so I can watch 10 drops a game. Like, it's just weird. Like, especially, his dad is Marvin Harrison. You were amazing, at Ohio State. Shows you how deep that they are at the receiver position, but like never really got enough targets each game. And like, I think what we thought that Malik Neighbors was going to turn into, we thought that Marvin was going to be like that, right? Where Malik was just getting all these looks, regardless if it was Danny Dimes or someone shittier, right? And it's like for Marvin not to get the ball, and I get it. You got James Conner and a bunch of DeMarcado, and you got Trey McBride, and you got, but again, you don't draft a guy that high not to ignore him. I don't know, very weird. By Kyler and the offensive coordinator this year. It's like, if you weren't going to use him, why not draft an offensive lineman? Why not draft a Graham Barton? Why not draft a D lineman? Why not draft another position of need and going for a receiver that you don't even, want to get the ball? It's a weird situation. Yeah, O-line, obviously, if it was better, maybe more time to go through those progressions and whatnot, but it's a very odd thing to be able to observe. Someone as high profile as Marvin Harrison, like not really doing a whole lot, based off the draft position. Like maybe getting a guy like Ladd McConkey would have been better for the Cardinals. based on what the offense and what they're trying to run. But again, Kyler is limited. Again, some games Kyler will throw for 3 touchdown passes, run in for 2, score 45 points in fantasy, and you're like, oh my God, he's awesome. And then the next game he'll go 0 touchdowns and 3 picks and a pick 6, and you're like, what the fuck happened? Like, there's the good and the bad Kyler. And also, too, just a simple fact, the video games, the Call of Duty, not being focused on football, that might have something to do with it, too. 12 noon, you know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch? Yum, 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 yum. Face mask on the defense. 36-14. Cougars, big sack lunch on Kyler. And the Rams have been drafting very, very well, not only offensively with guys like Puka and Kyron, but also defensively with Verse and others. Especially with Aaron Donald out the door. That's the last thing that the Hawks and the Niner fans wanted to see. The Rams still kind of being relevant. Even with some of their star players, no longer on the team. 3rd down and 17 as we go to commercial. 2-minute warning in the Alamo Bowl. Oh, trick play. I don't know if that was going to be a full flea flicker, but Rams snuffed it out. Wilson with a limited gain. 4th down. Yeah, Kobe Turner and Verse are nice. Verse more high profile than Turner, but you knew both would be good in that system. They play hard there, And even when Stafford ends up, retiring or whatnot, if they can get a decent, capable quarterback, they'll still be in the mix in the division and in the NFC from time to time. Kyler, scrambling, gambling, Hail Mary, 4th and 10, intercepted by the Rams. He tried to pull a Larry Fitzgerald down there at the, which they connected way back in the day. Remember, like Kyler with the Hail Murray, remember? Not today. And that might have been the end. Kyler's now thinking of Call of Duty. He's like, fuck this team. I need to play some video games. He tried. He jumped full extension, but intercepted. Rams. It always baffles me, too, when teams go for, like, the long Hail Mary. Like, instead of doing that, why not, like, run a hook and ladder? So when you got 2 receivers right next to each other, one guy runs a little, hook route, and then does the lateral, and then, if the lateral connects, and then the guy can juke 1 or 2 guys, that actually might turn into a touchdown or a huge, 40 to 50-yard game. Instead of just being like, Hail Murray, hope he gets it. Shit, I should be an OC. I know what works. And not saying that a hook and ladder would work, every single time, but it would be a higher percentage of it, working, either in, getting to a big gain or some of it turning into touchdowns. I mean, that was the best play call that you had on 4th down and 10. Just fucking 1-on-2, just throw it up there. I mean, I guess that works if you got Megatron, right? He can go 1-on-3 and he'll still come down with it. But last time I checked, Megatron is retired and he's not playing on the Cardinals. Shit, maybe even if you had Larry Fitzgerald still, maybe he could have come down with it. But 36-14 BYU. Penn State, Boise State, Penn State, Texas, Arizona State, Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia. Even though I think Notre Dame would be fun, and it would be like I think a lot of us are rooting for Notre Dame, but I just don't see them beating Georgia. Even if their defense isn't as good as it used to be, even with the backup quarterback, it's almost like a whole like a Carson Wentz, Nick Foles kind of thing, unproven what's going to happen, but I have to feel that Kirby Smart will outcoach Notre Dame, and that'll be the difference with the defense playing out of their minds, I assume. But again, I think a lot of us are rooting for Notre Dame, but I don't know if, they can do it. I hope they can, do it, but Ohio State has a better chance of beating Oregon than Notre Dame does of Georgia, in my opinion. But, I don't think you're going to get, Notre Dame and Ohio State both winning, but you could get one. But getting both would be, a very small percentage. Second down and 12 as BYU nails it down. LJ Martin, player of the game. I just wish Colorado showed effort through all 4 quarters, because I've had all the bowl games that I've done, college football playoff and rando bowl games. This is the first team that I've evaluated that has given up on their coach. But again, I'm not really surprised. Deion Sanders is going to be doing some things good, but there's also going to be a negative side to that, kind of aura and vibe that Deion Sanders carries. So. But the last thing that you would want to see is, players give up on their coach. But that's what I saw here today. Nice job by the Mighty Mormons from BYU. First starting Jewish quarterback as a starter in college football. 36-14. BYU looking good. Ty Detmer would be proud. Some of y'all know that name. Some of y'all don't. All right, let's go into the NFL game now. All right, I'm flipping the scoreboard to the NFL game. Boom. Technology, it's a beautiful thing. All right, with 2-minute warning, 13-9 Rams. We'll finish off the rest of this NFL matchup, since we love the NFL as much as we do, and I know Hawk fans are praying for a Cardinal miracle. And then we'll be live tomorrow for Sunday Night Football. Michael Penix Jr. and Jaden Daniels, first time ever. Yes, please. Michael Penix Jr. with his first touchdown pass. Yes, please. And on stream. Let's go. Can't wait. I mean, I'm trying to help you guys out. I mean, I figure if I put the scoreboard up too, that maybe we can get maybe a little bit of the sports gods aura and vibe. I mean, the game is in reach. $13-9. I mean, field goal won't do it, but if Kyler can be the good Kyler. And again, this is a game where if James Conner played healthy the whole game and played, Cardinals win more than likely, based on how he's been playing in the last month and a half. Like he's been a beast. So or at least that the game is closer, or maybe the Cardinals have the lead and then the Rams end up winning the game at the end with like a field goal. But they have more than fucking 9 points if James Conner's playing, more than likely. So let me tap into the sports gods. Hello, sports gods. $5 holla. I got to communicate with them. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little cactus jack, bang, bang. All right. Good Kyler, bad Kyler. Let's go. Appreciate you. All right. Good juju now. Good juju now. Yeah, baby. Come on, baby. Every Seattle fan right now holding their breath, saying, please, God, all those times that you would do it to us, how about you do it to the Rams for once? Huh? Being that last team in the division, being the Chicago Bears, of the NFC West, always being on the bottom for the most part, even though you do have some talented pieces here and there. Can you play well? Can you live up to your Call of Duty rating, Kyler? Floater, incomplete. And again, if they had better connection with Marvin throughout the year, you don't have to force it, to Trey McBride. And, it's like you can have it a little bit more even. I saw that. Someone in Cali won. I hope they know who I am. Hopefully they're related to me or I'm friends with them. Come on, Kyler. You hear me, sports gods? You got talent out there. You got McBride. You got Harrison. That was a little false start on the Cardinals. Screen pass. Gets fucking popped. Good thing he didn't fumble. Third down. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Put the Call of Duty down, Kyler. Put the Mountain Dew and Kyler. Put the Mountain Dew down. Put the Call of Duty controller down. Put the Xbox down. Put the PlayStation down. Trey McBride. First down, Cardinals. Let's go. There we go. Come on, baby. And McBride, has that Laporta, Brock Bowers in him. And it's exciting to see McBride and Bowers be the next guys up at tight end since, obviously Kelsey and Kittle and Andrews are getting older. The next generation and the next wave has to come in. And it's nice to see those guys have success. Hopefully they don't do what they did to Sam Laporta the next year and ignore them. Hopefully they end up getting a lot of plentiful targets and touchdowns. There's Marvin. Here we go, Kyler. Yeah. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Well, they got momentum now. And it kind of feels like they can get in the end zone and win now, doesn't it? A couple of nice first downs. They're on their heels a little bit. Handoff right up the middle. First down, Cardinals. Let's go. Let's go. Hello, Sports Gods. You got my message? Okay, thank you. Bye. 13-9 Rams. Looking good now. Kind of feels like, you obviously can't score too soon. You want to make sure you're bleeding the clock as much as possible. Because if you end up getting up with a touchdown and an extra point, you're up by 3, right? It would be 16-13. You wouldn't go for 2 to end the game, because then if you don't get it, you're fucked, right? So. And if you didn't get your extra point blocked, right, and you end up getting the touchdown, then it's over. Every point matters. Chief will chief. Chief will chief. Chief will chief. If that block doesn't happen, they win. What's good, Chief? Brother. Hope you're doing well as well. Chief, will Chief. Go for 2. It's like Dos Equis in the commercial. Go for 2. Oh, there's some good front row seats. Steal them. Get in there. Go for 2. All right, baby. Murray to McBride, baby. Collier. Let's go. Let's go. And obviously Trey McBride getting his first touchdown of the season. If you can get over 1,000 yards, get 50, 60, 70 catches. And obviously, you would assume if you get so many targets, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 a game, that you get in the goddamn end zone quite a bit. But better late than never. First down and 5 at the LA 5. Ooh, baby, this feels like a Cardinal win for Hawk fans. Thank you, sports gods. They listen, but they're not going to respond back to me every request. That's why I don't really ask them too often. Usually they'll communicate with me and let me know something, or I'll say something. But to ask, they got to like you. They got to like you. First and goal. And the Rams with the timeout. They only got one left. Yeah. I don't know how you people do, 3-4 leagues. That's a lot of, I guess it really depends on how serious you're trying to, do, but that's a lot of players to be able to keep up with if you're doing like 4 separate teams and 4 separate leagues. 13-9 Rams. First and goal. 42 seconds left. Feels like this is the exact scenario Hawk fans want to see. Man in motion. Shotgun set. Kyler, they bring the blitz. Throw is there. Intercepted. Did he come down with it, though? Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Did that just happen? Oh, my. Kyler. Rams fans jumping up and down. Hawk fans punching the air. Cardinal fans punching the air. Hit him on the fucking helmet. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Trey, it hit you right in the head. Uh-oh. Well, when you end up hitting your tight end in the head, I know they say, if the ball is on the ground and it doesn't move, but a lot of times if it hits the ground in the back of the day, they would call that incomplete. But now, with the rules the way that they are, that'll probably be an interception. Golly. Trey McBride, how are you going to let it hit your fucking helmet? And I get it, some throws are to the player, some are timed throws. Sorry, Hawk fans, I tried putting in the memo. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. Usually it's more of, if I ask for my own teams, maybe they're more willing to have it happen. If I ask for other people's favorite teams, maybe they do it, maybe they don't. But I didn't want it to end like that. I was hoping that, maybe a Trey McBride touchdown. That would have been better. And then with time left for the Rams to try to kick the field goal, then it goes into overtime, and then maybe you gotta wait it out, but then the Cardinals win, Maybe it's not, easy peasy cover girl. Maybe you gotta earn it, but how are you gonna let it hit your head though? Play is upheld. Oh my God. Now, is it more on Kyler or is it more on McBride? Is this a time throw or is this a throw to the player? And if it is, a time throw, having it bounce off your helmet is more plausible. But if it's an actual, I'm going to throw it to the player throw, and it hits you in the head and you don't get your head whipped around in time or your hands up, then it could be on McBride. So Got to edit the layout as we go. See, if an interception like that happens back when I'm a kid, or like in my teens, like 10, 20, 30 years ago, that even though it looks like pretty clean, that would have been incomplete. And obviously you don't see a whole lot of movement, but just the point that some of the football hits that ground. But now they're a little bit more lenient, looking at how tight the fingers are, and following through, hanging on to the football. And also, determining if they actually call it a pick live rather than they have to review it and change the call. But Kyler Murray and Trey McBride not on the same page. Too much Call of Duty. Not enough film. Damn it. 13-9, Ramley. When you got the ball here, it's, Kyron or Puka. Take your pick. Top 3 running back. QB sneak. Tush push his ass. Boom, 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 push. Push. He's like, get those yards. Push on the bum. The tush push. You got to be careful, though. They push too hard on someone's back, you're going to cause an injury. Third down and 9. Just trying to get enough of the football out of that area, the danger zone. All kinds of tush pushes. 30 seconds left. And that is it. Final score, Rams 13, Cardinals 9. How are you going to end the game like that? I asked for a little bit of help, and they made it exciting, but just right when they had the chance to win it, then that happens. But I guess good teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. And last time I checked, Rams are a good team. Cardinals, not so much. Hell yeah. I can't wait for that. Chief, what do you want to see for your photos for your dono? You want some food? All right, now I got to go to the Blazer game. All right, got the Blazer game on. Chief in the building. We'll stay on here for just a couple minutes, not a long time, maybe 5 minutes or so. Let's get some food photos, give you guys some ideas of potential lunch or dinner options, or possibly breakfast. Little chicken and waffles. I know Chief loves fries like I do as well. And sometimes, there's all these other options for like sides and whatnot, but fresh, hot fries, crisp cut, normal, doesn't matter. And then, ketchup, fry sauce, ranch, honey mustard, barbecue, whatever, don't matter. Even plain, still going to taste good. Curly fries. Curly fries they hit a little bit different. Obviously, there's going to be healthier options than some of these options. And when you have fries, what's close by? Some kind of delicious burger. And it doesn't have to be, straight hamburger. It can be chicken burger. There's all kinds of different variations, just depending on your mood. Oh, hello. No, now I'm getting super hungry. I got to still take Paisley on a long walk, so I guess this is what I'll get for now. The temptation. Yeah, good fish sandwich will go a long ways too. Better ingredients, better burger, better bun takes it to that next level. The bun is usually the thing that's fumbled the most. If you end up getting good bread, oh my God, takes it to the next level. Let's go Blazers, up by 10 against the Mavs. Let's go. There we go. Jeremy Grant, 71-59 Blazers. Actually looking halfway decent. Look at that bun, baby. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. We should probably end the stream. I'm getting way too... I got long walk. You know, I still got some Christmas leftovers of ham and turkey and mashed potatoes and things of that nature. So that'll probably be the last meal that I have out of that here tonight. Looking forward to that. But if you haven't had a good burger, hamburger, chicken burger, fish burger, oh, this might be your little nudge. Maybe it's time. I'm hungry now. I want to go to Flavortown. Fries always hits. Don't neglect the fries. And then if you go breakfast, hey, chicken and waffles at the right place, that'll change your life. Just ask Chief Will Chief. Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones, my boy. Well, I appreciate every single one of y'all that liked, sub, donated, commented, shared. Captain Sarah, Chief, Reflect. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Wish the game was a little bit more competitive, but it is what it is. But we will be doing Sunday Night Football, Atlanta Falcons, Michael Penix Jr. versus Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commandos. Be here. It'll be fun. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. And I am out. Gang. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Gang, gang. Eat some good food. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Gang.